Whoa, Nelly.
those juicy melons.
Those juicy melons. Yeah. Hey, how's it going, everyone?
All right.
Hey.
Who's in the chat?
Let's see. Fat Boys Gaming and Nonsense is in here.
Yep. Hey.
AKA Salty Army.
Salty Army. I know you by that. I'm going to call you by that.
This guy, Gaming Road Warrior, we can't get rid of that guy. He just keeps showing up.
I just got a notification. I don't know why he would do this the same time we are, but Mr. Poestyle has gone live. So if you want to go over to his channel.
You got a potification, eh?
A potification.
Oh, Kelly's here, she says.
Nice.
So she says.
Kelly did amazing on last week's Pinball FX3 Pinball tournament.
Yeah,
Nice.
I figured by now you would have erased her score.
I have.
Intellivision Gamers here. Good to see you.
Hey, Casey.
Yeah, Kelly did have a great game. She had a great game. Well, I don't know. Do we want to put it off, or should we just go ahead and? There is someone missing from the chat, who's usually here right at the beginning. Oh, it's Mr. Livewire. So yeah, hey Livewire.
Hey Livewire.
Good to see you. So that's everybody, right? There's nobody else that we would possibly be missing from the. Poe, can you think of anyone that's missing?
Chaos. There should be about 12 Chaos accounts in here right now.
Right. Chaos is the only guy that makes us look early because he gets here about 20 minutes into the show. But, that's all right. Well, all right. I guess we'll just bring him in, huh?
Yeah, bring him in.
Since he's not in the chat, we'll go ahead.
You should have put a sound clip. Where's the GIMP? We'll wake him up. Bring in the GIMP.
There he is.
Yay, Derek.
Hey,
That's
Derek.
a face that only a mother could love.
Right? Let me put him up here so we can do this so everyone can get a better look at Derek. There's Derek.
He's very pixelated.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, Fat Boys Gaming, he figured it out. Anyone play the ball? And what about Derek? There's Derek. Derek's having camera issues. So Derek is just an icon.
that is iconic.
That is iconic. That's almost epic.
Hey, now, not epic yet. Not epic.
Epic?
Yeah.
It's very epic.
Yeah. Let's see. There's Derek. Pixel Man. Yeah.
That's me.
There we go. Operation Shutdown. Wow. Now I know why it's called Pixelatorium.
You gotta keep it pixelated.
I've had a direct video chat with Derek. That is Derek. His camera's working fine. That's what he looks. He just doesn't move a lot. He sits still. Yeah.
I'm a fan of Botox, and my face never moves. That's what it is.
Is he the modern day Max Headroom?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, there we go. Chaos is in the house.
Chaos.
He's made it. He's
Chaos.
made it. And yeah, he's the tech guy too. He's the tech guy, and he has no camera. Yeah.
Bart, show everybody in the audience what you showed Derek. Derek's trying to work off the built-in computer on his laptop, and Bart's going to show you something that he tried to show Derek.
Yeah.
He said,
I was showing Derek. They have these things nowadays, and they're relatively cheap and easy to USB plug right in. It's called a webcam. It's called a webcam. Plug and play. Derek has one on his other computer. He just doesn't want to go get it.
The last time he used one, I heard a SWAT team showed up at the house. So.
I don't want to get swatted again. Well, personal to person.
Oh,
Well, I
So,
told you why, because I don't want to go in there. It's my office. I don't need the office till tomorrow.
yeah.
For us
Yeah,
working
I mean-
guys, we actually have to work on Mondays.
Yeah, I'm working tomorrow. I am working tomorrow for
Wow.
the chaos. Where in the world is Carmen Derek Gago?
Yeah.
I'll
Kelly
tell you
called
one thing. I don't know. I'm sure you. I don't know what you guys have been up to over the weekend, but I have been outside. We've been running around all day, and I'm telling you what, it got up to 80 degrees here today. 80 degrees. I was sweating.
Yeah, I would have loved it to be 80 degrees here today. When I came out here at 5 o'clock to turn on the air conditioner, which is running now, it was 92 in here.
Wow.
It's 88 outside right now.
Well, nice.
We can't
Nice.
figure out what we're doing temperature wise around here.
Now I gotta ask you, Bart. I noticed that you're doing some room additions. Are you still
Yes.
talking about redoing the arcade? I know you're working on the main house. Are you still thinking about doing something with the arcade?
Possibly, but I'm not sure. It just depends on how things work out. And Television Gamer says 60 in sunny California. And my mom lives in Phoenix, and she's about 10 degrees cooler than we are here. Yeah, hot as balls in Houston. But Livewire said, hey, see, the weather just takes over. Uh-oh. Wait a second. Wait a second. Derek has made an appearance.
Oh,
Derek has made an appearance. Yeah, the weather's been all over the place.
that's not Derek.
See if I can.
Yeah, right on the beard. There you go.
There you go, everyone. There you go.
What a handsome young man. Get your face out there. Oh, I thought that was your ass. That's why I said put your face out there. That's not nice.
Oh, hold on. I got
Well, since we got Derek here right now, though, and I forget who it was. Y'all got to remember I'm old and I can't remember. But somebody commented on one of my videos when I was talking about the arcade game of the week or the console game of the week. They said they were having trouble with the Discord understanding it. So if you're in the chat, and whoever that was, I can't remember who that was, but they said I'd have to go back and look. But here's your man to ask, because this is the overseer, master of our Discord. And so you got him right here tonight.
I think that was Keith that said that in your chat. I saw that too. So
Yeah, you're right.
VKQ.
Yes, VKQ. Yes, right.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I only jump into Greg's messages under his videos just to type "you suck" and then I get right back out.
Yeah.
If he responds, I just say, "Well, that's what Poe tells me. That's all I know."
And because of that, I don't unsub you when I see that. I unsub Poe.
Yeah.
And then just for fun, I unsub Mike just because everybody knows I don't like him anyway.
Right. And Mike, he doesn't publicly denounce Poe, so it's almost like they're friends. So right there's reason.
I heard they're pretty close.
Oh, I did watch his Ninja Garden video.
Oh yeah.
He had that Ninja Garden and all kind of crap. You should have
He
seen
was gardening. I saw that.
I haven't seen that one yet, and I want to see. I got to watch that one. I got it tomorrow at the gym. I'll watch that.
Yeah, it's it's a good video. It's a good video. Fat Boy says he does his best to harass all of us equally. It is a full-time job. Yeah.
It is.
Well, it's funny with I don't know how y'all's harassment mode works, but sometimes I have a thought, and then it's not till I start saying it that I realize who I'm aiming it at. Because, it's like it could fit for anybody. It could have just as easily been I go into Poe's video and say you suck and get out. I didn't know it was Greg's until I said it. But we are equal opportunity abusers here. But that's how you know we like each other, because we still show up. But, so Derek, since we got you in the house here, longtime viewer, Derek and I were talking before the show, because we were the only two here, because the rest of these three weren't even here. Greg was kind of here. There were people talking in the background, so I had to mute him so Derek and I could talk.
We actually started the show about 5 till 7, but nobody was here, including
nobody was here.
Can you guys still hear?
We're always prepared.
I know usually you're just jacking with me, Bart, but can you hear the back? This mic is especially sensitive, and I do have a house full of company upstairs, so if that becomes overwhelming, let me know and I'll mute this.
It's fine now. It's when you were. I don't know if you guys was people downstairs or
it's
something.
just when you talk. Just mute it when you talk.
Yeah,
That's a good idea. You're right.
That's much better. That's much better.
I totally understand you now, Greg. It's working great.
Yeah. It makes a lot more sense.
Derek, you got that little thing going on. Can you sign for him, and then we'll know what he's saying? Well, you know sign language. That is what he's saying. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
The singing voice has never sounded better.
It's the best song I've heard Greg do yet. Yeah, just when you talk. That's brilliant. Anyway, Derek and I were talking, and we were trying to figure out how long Derek has been, and we're pretty sure Derek's been here since the beginning, right? We're close to our 1-year anniversary here, and I'm pretty sure Derek's been. We've known each other since before the show started.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I wasn't he you guys were doing your pinball thing. He was there, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he was there.
Greg, I was asking you questions about your Pinball Emporium videos before that. Probably.
Actually, I brought it up right now. Am my mic live now? Okay, hope so. Anyway, I looked up, since you brought that up, the first time Derek contacted me was August 17th, 2022. So that's the first time we actually. So yes, it's been
nearly 2 years.
Nearly 2 years, yeah.
Yep.
And we were talking about Pinball Emporium. That's correct.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
Awesome. Yeah,
I've seen Derek. I've seen Derek's screen name though in various places around the web though. So Pixelatorium is not your average dude.
yeah.
Not your average.
Usually on that most wanted list.
Yeah, right.
Hey, it takes one to know one there, Poe. Just saying.
Game Freak in the house.
I'll joke aside.
Freak.
Derek has done a fine job of running the Discord for us. Hasn't asked for anything in return. Has brought us a lot of people.
Wait, he didn't ask you for nudes?
No,
Derek, you said you were asking everybody for those.
I didn't ask for yours, Poe.
They never do. I just assumed.
I was going to say, because I know it's been quite a while, because it's been at least 8 or 9 months since I've actually vomited when someone mentioned Derek's name. So I got over that fairly quickly. It only took about a year, so I figure I've known him about a year and 9 months. And I mean, Poe, I'm still waiting for that time. Kelly will be like, is Poe going to be on the show? He'll be there. He'll be there. But anyway, so people have seen Derek on in our chat, obviously, and we talk about him all the time with the Discord. But Derek, you've been gaming for quite a while. You got a lot you got a lot of stuff there, right? You got a pretty good game room setup going on, don't you?
Yeah, actually, specifically just recently moved so I could have a sunroom instead of a patio because I never go outside. So I have a personal arcade in my sunroom. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
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 Cool.
and yeah, and it started with Greg and I talking about Pinball Emporium.
Right.
I got a portable screen and I eventually got that Legends pinball machine, but I don't use that anymore really because I use my built-in one. But yeah, nice little room
Nice.
going on.
Excellent. We'll come back
Yeah,
to
you
that,
don't-
Game Freak. We'll come back to that in a second, Game Freak, because that's too big to just gloss over. But Derek's talking about. Did you have something you were wanting to say, Greg?
Well, I just want to say he's not using your. I didn't know you were not using your At Games pinball now.
No, because I started. I have that 3-screen pinball that I use more now.
That's right. That's when you and I started talking. I think is when you were going to the threes when you were trying to get that 3-screen set up, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
But now I'm also lazy and I just play on the living room TV in landscape mode. Also, so
No.
there's
Yeah,
that
you
too.
got a lot.
You should play it laying down like I do. That's how I play Pinball FX.
Right.
What
on the
was that
couch.
video, Mike? I know we talked
You
about
did.
it. Didn't you see the video?
It's like the
Yeah.
most requested video.
Well, since we were talking there about Derek's arcade room, this would be a good time maybe to if we had some video footage of it. That might be pretty good, so people can see
Man, I
what.
wish I would have thought about that.
Yeah. Well, let me see. Here's a I'm just going to click on any random thing. Let's see what comes up here.
Here we go, all going.
I love the Stranger Things cabinet.
Very cool.
Nice. Oh, I did
Very
not,
nice.
Greg. I didn't know we
Yeah.
could unmute our microphones during the video. We could.
Oh, yeah.
He could have talked about what we were seeing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought Bart was just being mean because he said, "Oh yeah, when the video plays, we all go on mic automatically," and then you start.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does, but you can click over there. Well, at least Bart and I can. I don't know if you guys can or not, but we can unmute people. But
yeah, the
I
Stranger
like that
Things-
Stranger. What machine is that? Stranger Things. Is that custom or is that something you bought?
It's I got the cabinet from I think it was Arcade Guys or whatever, the Arcade Guys online. But you'll never guess what's running inside of it, Greg.
Raspberry Pi.
It is. It's a Raspberry Pi 4 running all the crap. It's got an amplifier. It's got a light bar. I have 2 light guns for it with holsters that I didn't put on yet. But I want to replace
Nice.
it with a PC instead of the Pi now. But yeah,
The first cabinet that I built, which I got old video and pictures of somewhere, but I took it down when I started filling up the room. I gave it to Travis when my son, the Unknown Gamer, when he moved into his place, and it's running off a Raspberry Pi. And I'll tell you what, you can't come up with what's a Raspberry Pi run. They've got a 5 out now, but I mean the Raspberry Pi 4 is and 3B will work great for those
Yep.
games. And what are they, $40-$50? You know,
well, they were.
yeah, they've gone up.
But yeah, and I don't have any console games on my cabinets really. I don't see the point of playing Zelda on an arcade machine. They're just arcade
Right.
games mainly. So you don't need anything
Right.
very powerful for those.
Cool.
But yeah, so
Well, that's a
that's
cool looking room. That's a cool looking room, man. I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. That's really awesome. That's really awesome.
Yeah, it's all
And,
controlled by home automation too. I got colored lights, smart bulbs. They all turn on with my voice. So yeah,
Polo
I'm the
says
tech
the
guy
party's
that.
at Greg's house.
Seeing
Yeah,
something
hey.
as good as seeing something as good as that just makes me want to break out in song.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
we'll save it for later.
Mark, mute. Mark,
Where's that mute button? I can't get there quick enough. Derek,
Well, I hope you guys don't. I hope you guys don't mind, but I had something pretty exciting happen this week, and I feel terrible about it. And I hope that you guys don't mind me sharing this with you. But we had a death. You know, a known figure died this year, and just the last few days. And I felt so bad. I managed to make it to the funeral. I took my drone with me, and I actually got some footage at the funeral procession. And here we go. It was led by a white Bronco. So I just thought I'd share that with you. O.J. Simpson's funeral procession. God love him. He's gone now. So anyway, there you go. And
that doesn't look like your white Jeep, Greg.
It's a nice Bronco.
I did hear they said that OJ can finally rest now, knowing that his wife's killer is finally dead.
oh,
Right, that was a meme. Yeah.
right? Yeah, there you go. There you
Oh,
go.
you shouldn't make jokes like that. At least give it a date and then take a stab at it. You know.
Right?
It's just
Okay.
too soon. Too soon.
Too soon. All right, I got to go back up to this message by Game Freak before it gets too far away and I can't find it.
Sure.
Game Freak says, I'm in your boat now, Poe. My 22-year-old was tired of factory work and enlisted in the Navy. Has his final
nice.
tomorrow and ships off to boot camp.
Well,
Wow.
congratulations.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Good deal. Good deal.
It's contagious,
And,
bro. It's spreading.
Yeah. chose the Navy. So me and Mike are extra proud of that.
The best.
Yeah.
My dad and my uncle were both Air Force guys, so I got to stand with Poe and his boy. Go Air Force! Yeah, there you go, man. Way to go.
There you go. There you go.
But
No,
secretly,
it's all
Poe,
good.
I really wish I did join the Air Force. Especially when I got to hang out with those guys. I'm like, dang it, man. Wrong job.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's,
the Navy's gotten pretty progressive. I mean, they've got a trans spokesperson right now, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't
That's
know
true.
about that.
Yeah.
I was in
But,
when they said don't ask, don't tell. So
That's right. Yeah.
What'd you say,
So,
Willis?
Please don't sing that though, Greg. In the Navy. Yeah.
Yeah, we had the village people.
YMCA. YMCA.
Right?
Why, Greg?
Oh, Greg just figured
No.
out last year how to spell YMCA.
Don't make me get the ukulele out.
By next year, this time he'll forget how to spell it again. No, proud moment though. We're happy for you, Game Freak.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
proud.
congratulations. Proud of him.
Yeah, it's always awesome to see you. Did you serve Game Freak, or were you? I don't know your history, but like Poe was in the Air Force. His boy just joined the Air Force. I was in the Navy. One of my sons went in the Navy. Mike was in the Navy. His son goes to school because he's a kid. We're still holding out hope. But he plays piano and he does karate. And if he doesn't want to go, he'll just kick Mike's butt and then play a piano song at his funeral.
And I got to toot my own horn. I mean, in the 70s when I was in high school, I did have a draft card. I moved at that time to Canada, stayed there for a while, and came back. So,
Is that in those 1900s, Greg?
What's that?
Was that the 1900s and the 70s you're talking about?
1970, yeah.
on the schooner.
Yeah. That's
Ben
my
Hur.
thing. I always tell people when if they find out I was in the Navy. Oh, you were? Yeah, I was back. We had wooden ships back when I was in. That's how long ago it was.
Yep.
You know, Micah, our other son, he was in the Navy, and I don't know if you guys had to do this, but did you ever cross the equator on a ship?
I did not. I did not.
Micah told me what you had to do when you crossed the equator on the ship, and I said, "Wait a second."
Yeah, it's pretty intense. Well, it used to be. I don't know if they still do all that stuff, but
Oh, that sounded pretty. Well, you know, included a big fat guy with an oiled up belly that you had to crawl up and kiss his stomach or something. I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah, that's true, Greg. They have a lot of those maritime celebrations they do.
Yeah,
I've heard stories and stuff. It's like, I'm glad I didn't go on a ship.
The closest I got was when I crossed the Arctic Circle and they wrestled me down and colored my nose blue. So I got the Blue Nose Award. But they take that stuff seriously. It's funny because you joke around about all this stuff. And the greased up guy they used to they'd put an olive or a grape in his belly button. You'd have to get it out with your mouth, stuff like that. But when they wrestled me down and colored my nose blue and all that, and I'm thinking, well, this is silly. I got an 11 by 14 framed. I don't even want to. It's not a plaque, but it's dang it. It's made out of cardstock, but it's very formal display. And I have a laminated thing in my wallet that says that I crossed the Arctic Circle, and they tell you what day, what latitude you were, and all that stuff. They have a lot of fun with all that traditional stuff, but they take it seriously. And it's like all the people that are doing the stuff when you cross the equator are people who've done it before. Right. So you move up in ranks and you get to be the ones doing it. But
no, listen, boy, it's bad luck if you don't eat this pineapple out of the crack of my ass. Get to eat.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
There was some cool things. When he was in the Navy, though, there was some really cool things, though, that he did get. Like when they went out on I don't know, you guys would know the term for it. I used to know it. It's a mission or when they go out on a certain exercise or whatever, and we're gone for a long time, a few months, which he was at times. On the ships, when you come back, it's like kind of like high school. At the end of it, they sell you a yearbook. What looks like a yearbook. It's a book of that tour. And it's got the pictures. They got some photographer that does nothing but take pictures all the damn time, compiling everything they did while they were out on this 6 or 9 month exercise. And they sell them a book when they come. And it's pretty daggone cool. I think he's got a couple.
Yeah, that's cool.
I have 3 of those. I have a story, actually. The third one, I got out of the Navy when I was on deployment. Which is probably the word you were looking for, deployment. I got out of the Navy while we were deployed to Iceland. And about a year after I got out of the Navy, I was talking to my neighbor and telling her about this stuff. And I said, I got to contact my squadron and find out if I can get one of those deployment books, the yearbook for the Iceland deployment. The next day, I received one in the mail. So I'm talking to this lady, and I'm like, I got to find out if I can get one. It was already on the way because obviously it came in the regular mail. Yeah, so, but they're pretty cool. Yeah, I have deployment books for all 3 of my deployments, and it's pretty interesting. It's neat to go back through there and see the guys you flew with and surfed with. So,
Micah got out of the Navy and he joined the Coast Guard. I think I've already told you this, though. He's in the thick of it right now in the Coast Guard. You'd think, okay, Coast Guard, he's going to be in the U.S., guarding the coast. No, he's over in the Middle East right now on a Coast Guard cutter, and he's part of a boarding team. And since the Coast Guard is no longer part of the Department of Defense, they are part of Homeland Security, they can board foreign vessels without it being an act of war. It's a police action. So they're doing a lot of boarding ships looking for bad things that are being hauled around there. He's in Bahrain. So he's only got a few months left, but I know his mother's, watching the news the other night when all that stuff was going on. She kept thinking he can't get home soon enough. So,
Yeah.
he's actually seeing he's actually seeing more action in the Coast Guard than he did when he was in the Navy.
Yeah. See, now when I was in the Navy, it was before the Soviet Union collapsed, and the big threat around the world was the submarines and the nuclear threat that they put out, and that's what I did. I tracked submarines. So I was talking to a gentleman the other day at the hotel, and he was saying, "Oh man, you were in P3s in the 80s and the early 90s." I said, "Yeah," and he goes, "For you guys, it was like the real deal. You were in wartime situation all the time because we were tracking submarines as if, because if that message came that launches were happening, we needed to be able to take them out before they could launch." So, yeah, we were really busy back then.
Yeah.
So it was interesting stuff. Now it seems surreal to think, yeah, I used to fly around in an airplane and track submarines around the ocean. Who the heck does that?
Well, it's a lot more exciting than it was when Canada. I'm telling you that.
Yeah. You probably had emergencies when you ran out of maple syrup and you'd have to go down to the store. And yeah, I'm sure it was rough on you.
You didn't even have 911 back then. If you wanted a Royal Canadian Mountie, you had to tie a girl to the railroad tracks and have her scream.
Right.
Dudley Do-Right would show up.
Wait, they had railroads when you were young?
Have what?
They had railroads when you were young? I thought that
those little cars that you did this.
Camptown races. Yeah. That's funny stuff. Now I had another joke and I completely lost it. So.
See, and I thought it was me. Yeah,
you probably were the joke, yeah, but I don't know.
No, it's like I was shooting a video the other day. I'm working on a series of videos that I'm going to put out, and just as I was getting ready to do the introduction and everything, I try to emulate Poe. I try to come out first for like 30 or 40 minutes and tell you what I'm going to do. Then I like to do something for another 30 or 40 minutes, and I like to tell you afterwards another 30, 40 minutes of what I did. So I was getting all set up, and then I forgot the name of the game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You do a 40-minute intro, 2 minutes of gameplay, and then a 40-minute wrap-up. That's the format.
Yeah. See, you just took my joke. I was just about to say, I've seen an hour-and-a-half video of Poe's where he only played for a minute and a half. The rest was intro and outro. Stole my thunder.
Well, it's the same. It's the same thing in his sex life. It's the same thing in his sex life. He's got an hour and a half of foreplay, 2 minutes worth of, and hours worth of
foreplay. Come on,
and the wrap up is getting that CPAP on and getting ready for bed.
Foreplay is called begging at Poe's house. It's just, please. It'll be fast, I promise. I'm halfway done already.
Look, I'll use the game genie. The weenie genie.
So, but Greg, you're working on a whole video series you're going to work on?
Well, I'm just playing a game. I'm playing a game.
So it's on Fallout.
I'm continuing.
Stealing Mike's thunder.
It's a continuing saga. I play a portion of the game, and then I get to a stopping point, and I just thought I'd try one time to play a game all the way through and do videos of it. And last time I tried that, I got like 2/3 of the way through, and I got bored with it. So we'll see what happens.
Right. Hey, Kelly, if you're watching, get on Amazon and order another batch of barf bags because Greg's going to have a whole video series.
Well, you see, Poe, that's how it's done, though, Poe. You record the whole series at once. You don't record one Popeye video 5 years ago and then two last year. And
you see why I did that, though. I have nothing else. At least I threw that out for a year. People would wonder if there was going to be another Popeye video.
Yeah. Remember back in 2023 when Poe did 2 whole Popeye videos?
I started that 2600 Popeye when I was 9 years old, that video. It took that long to get it out.
Hey, is Livewire still here? I haven't seen him chat here in a while.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought I saw him. I was just going to thank. I was going to thank him publicly. I'm terrible about checking my messages on Steam and all those places, like friend requests on. If I don't accept your friend request on like Nintendo Switch, it's just because I forget to check it. But I had another game there from Steam. Said it was from Mr. Livewire, and it's a pretty cool looking game. I've already tackled it. And this one's going to be challenging, but it also works in 3D. So, I mean, in a VR. So I can't wait to kind of do that.
Kelly was actually getting her phone to order something from Amazon when I was telling. Oh, Chaos was playing Popeye on the Switch live, and we weren't. I didn't get a notification. Chaos. Derek said he thought it was another one of Poe's videos, so he just avoided it. And I got gifted that same game, Greg, and I haven't had a chance to play it yet because I'm gonna do a video on it, my first impression for sure. And but
well, you better do the training extras. I'm telling you what, it's pretty realistic, and I'm telling you what, there's a lot of, you do a lot of flying simulating games, like watching you play the flying videos. You're doing a great job on those, and those are pretty complicated, getting the controls right. But this thing here, it's got you're in space, and your pitch, yaw, and speed, and everything, and I'll tell you what, I've ran into more stuff, and
so it's like Truck Simulator.
Yeah, it's like watching me do this. It's like watching Derek play sex. Yeah.
It's like Derek play Truck Sim. Just
Remember that one video to do the Alt F3 trick in Truck Simulator. Yeah.
Remember that one time when Derek didn't hit anything? Yeah, me either.
When I was sleeping.
Yeah, he was dreaming about it. He'd probably be crashed in your dreams. Like, oh, look out, Greg, F3. What happened? I like how he plays it. Derek just careens off the road at 118 miles an hour in his Mack truck, and then he blames Greg. Freaking F3. It's like, Derek, that was 6 months ago. Stop pushing F3. We're not buying it anymore. It's not the F3 button. Yeah.
Well, that was also the last time I recorded a truck video anyway, so it might be
right.
We
that
need
could be the same one.
I'm doing a series on exploring Montana too, which I need to get back to and do some more videos on that. But yeah, we need to do another convoy or something sometime. That was always fun.
Yeah, now I got my headset fixed up. Yeah.
Hey, or you guys could get some kind of railroad stem and run a train on each other.
That would work.
Poe's been waiting for that one. He's like, first break.
No, but Poe, we're trying to get you to watch videos that are on Poe, not watch them more, Poe.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of the truck stem, though, the big 1.5 update's coming out. It's already in the pre-beta or whatever they're calling it. Isn't that an alpha? I don't know. They're calling it the experimental beta or something like that before the official beta. But it's supposed to have some major changes coming to American Truck Sim graphically. They're adding the TAA anti-aliasing and some other.
Say that again. What is it now? Say that again.
Wait, you're adding TNA? Is that what you said?
TNA. Yeah, Poe's like, I gotta get me one of these. Yeah, but it's supposed to be a pretty big deal. This 1.5 update, and so I'm looking forward to that. There's already videos out there. If you haven't seen it, I didn't shoot a video about 1.5. I didn't upgrade yet. I'm gonna wait until they get to the next phase. But yeah, so if you want to watch, just Google it and or go on YouTube and search it. You'll find a lot of people are doing videos.
I always get worried when they update stuff. You know, the last time they updated my at games Legends over there, the sumbitch quit working. So,
Right.
Hey Bart,
Yeah.
can you throw up Chaos's comment? I want to respond to it real quick.
Which one?
Head-on collision.
Oh yeah. This last one.
That's
Could
like
you
all of our
break-
video Chaos.
Yeah. That's pretty much any time we do a convoy, there's going to be collisions. Yeah.
what about our guy
You're
from
making a point with us, then.
What about our guy from the Netherlands? Is he showed up here the other day on one of our shows, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've seen Gideon. Yeah,
Yeah, he's work schedule has changed and all that, and for some reason he just can't be up at 2:00 in the morning on Sunday nights anymore. I don't know what's going on. He's got to have a little bit of dedication and priorities.
yeah. Where's the dedication? Yeah, come on.
Of course, I
Yeah.
can't blame him. You guys know that I've only got about 15 or 20 minutes left, and then I got to get this Sunday night thing. Is my schedule's gotten changed up, but I enjoy it. I enjoy it, and
Yeah,
things are looking good. So I'm happy.
It's nice though that we know exactly when you're going to have to go off, because that's when we get the strippers in.
Yeah.
So Poe messed up that first week. He almost had him get here at 15 minutes too early. And I was like, "No, Poe, hold him off. Greg won't leave."
But Poe's got it. I noticed Poe has to sit on his hands during that time because sometimes he'll stick around.
Yeah, well, you think his hands are under his butt. We just know they're not on the screen.
Are his thumbs up though?
His hands are off screen and his one arm is bouncing. I don't know what's
Hey Betty, are you down here to chew cable? Huh? Is that what you came down here for?
That was a segue. So, Mike, what have you been up to lately? Besides your Ninja Garden video that Poe was pumping earlier. No, you did put out that Ninja Gaiden video, Gaiden.
Yeah.
So we've been looking forward to that. What else have you been doing?
Well, I've been finishing up that Fallout series. I was watching that on Amazon. So, hold on. But anyways, yeah. My wife wanted the card. Yeah, been watching that and then playing Fallout 4 Harbor. So I'm trying to get that video done, so that way I can upload for that one as well. So that's what I've been busy working on. That, but I did stop because there's a viewer of mine, a friend also, that was actually he wanted me to finish Ninja Gaiden's. Like, oh, don't, can you finish that? So I did put a halt on Fallout, and then just like, all right, I'll put a video for you, and then yeah, uploaded it for him. So yeah, that's what I had going on. And then I went to a store and I found this patch, and I got a hat. I had to have it. I don't know if you can see that.
Hold on a second. Let me move Greg out of the way so I could make the interesting stuff bigger.
I don't know if you can see that. It says she's
Stick it on
lost
your
that
forehead,
loving
Mike.
feeling. It's a patch.
She's awesome. Nice. Nice.
From Top Gun. So if
Top
I go to
Gun.
a bar, I can wear that on my jacket that has the.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. I don't know why Tom Cruise didn't just do that. Just get the patch. It would
Just
have
get
been.
the patch.
It would have been a better experience. Yeah. Wait, what's going on? Hold on. Can you answer before? What are we answering? Chaos. Is there something specific we're supposed to be answering? Go ahead, Mike. You can finish your thought while I try to figure out what we're answering Chaos about.
Well, no, and then also I've been kind of, I got my new case today. So what happened, I have like this bookshelf in the arcade room where if you're looking at where I'm sitting at now, the Donkey Kong's not there anymore. So I got like a bookshelf there, and my wife kind of opened up the freezer way too hard, and it knocked down a couple of my cases, and I had Indiana Jones on there, and the case broke. I'm like, oh, that's not good. So I had to order a new case and put that up, and then I'm like, oh, I can just use the case as a kind of a display. So I told my wife, yeah, now you can, if you ever swing, hit the bookcase hard, I don't care because that case has the game's not in it anymore. So yeah, feel free to smack the bookcase as much as you want. But yeah, they've been pretty good about it. They're not hitting it anymore. So, but yeah, that's all I've been up to. Just kind of working that and working on my arcade room. I'm kind of thinking about putting, since my son's not using, we have like an old Sony TV. I want to put that on top of the freezer you can see behind me. And then that way I can run a Blu-ray player and then hook it up with a external hard drive. That way I can play the 80s music videos. So I'm trying to compile like a list of music. Like I'm going to have Epic on there for sure. And maybe I should set it to replay. That way when people come over, they can listen to Epic while they're gaming. So I'm thinking about doing that. But
that would be epic.
I do want to have MTV when anybody comes over and play. That way they can look at the music videos that we had back then.
You mean back when they played music videos, Mike?
When they used to play music videos.
Yeah. You know what I heard on the way to work? I'll just squeeze this in. On the way to work this morning, the Buggles video Killed the Radio Star played. I'm like, hey, there it is. First video ever on MTV.
Yep. That was the first video,
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead, Mike. Sorry to interrupt. But
no. Good memories.
That was a poem.
But and also I'm trying to get... And then I'm also trying to get like my nieces. So if my two nieces are girls that like to play on the arcade machines as well, they said, "Can you get our music on there?" And like, sure. Did they ever play? Because I was curious. I'm like, do you still play music? And she's like, yeah, it's on. I didn't realize it. It's like on their website that you can pull the videos. I think it's Vivo that owns it now. So they said it's on Vivo. I'm like, all right, I'll try to get those. So that way, if they're gaming, then they have their music. Even though it should be 80s music playing through there if you're gaming through in the arcade. But it's fine since they're wanting music there. I'll do it for them.
So they're gonna play the classic arcade games with the more modern music.
Yeah. Like that,
Kelly, get your phone out and make some barf bags.
Barf bags.
We're in his arcade. Kelly's like, what? Oh, son of a bitch. Yeah.
One last thing. I had somebody that was kind of funny that mentioned in the comments. So he did, on the Ninja Gaiden game, he mentioned that he liked staying up because I said I like gaming back in the day with my friends, drinking Mountain Dew, and then he mentioned on his comments is like, yeah, I love Mountain Dew and also Jolt. Anybody used to drink Jolt back in the day?
Oh yeah,
you drink Jolt.
Yeah.
So that would keep. Jolt. So that would keep you up all night. So I remember that. I laughed at that comment because I'm like, dude, that is so funny. Because I remember when that drink came out, and then me and my buddy. It said double the caffeine, right? And then we drank
all the sugar and double the caffeine.
Oh, yeah. So we drank that to play Ninja Gaiden. That way we can stay up all night and play it. And then, it literally made us stay up till was it 8 in the morning? And then finally we crashed and we just slept there, right? In the, like in the living room with the TV on, with the game still playing. And then we didn't wake up until like around 6 p.m., which I'm glad his dad was okay with that because I think he was passed out from his Budweiser. But but yeah, we slept in pretty late. Like, oh, dude, that Jolt. Yeah, Jolt Cola.
Nice. Jolt Cola. Jolt Cola. Yeah. Chaos says it was created by the video game companies.
Probably was.
Yeah. I think it's not Jolt. Surge. Sorry, I said the wrong name. Surge. Isn't it Surge Po or Jolt Cola?
We drank Jolt, but Surge was another big one.
Okay. So I remember Jolt, but I remember Surge as well.
Yeah. I don't remember I remember the Jolt and that slogan, all the sugar and twice the caffeine or whatever. Yeah, I do remember that.
There's Mike's Gaming Gala. Mike's Gaming Gala.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
The show grows. There's 5 of you. Well, 4 and a Derek. I mean, that's like...
Hey, since Mike got
And Derek, what? I'm an object now. Thanks, Bart.
Yeah. Let's see.
Nice library.
Livewire drank Jolt driving back from Florida.
Since Mike did a little show and tell, I was going to show you guys. I'll show you something that I just recently acquired. This is kind of cool. This is. Can you believe it? These guys are 80 years old now, and it's a latest Rolling Stones album that just came out in vinyl. Nice. You guys know I collect vinyl, and they're doing Major League Baseball themes on their covers, and I was able to get the Kansas City Royal edition. They're doing one for every major league team. Same album, brand new songs. Keith Richards, Mick Jagger. It's just unbelievable. It's a great album. And I haven't even opened this one yet. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. I've listened to all the tracks on Spotify. But, I don't know, pretty cool. Kansas City Royals, Rolling Stones, brand new album. So.
Oh, nice.
So they do it. They don't. It's not just the Royals. You can get it for teams that people like too.
Yes.
I thought maybe the Rolling Stones did something with Casey and the Sunshine Band together. Finally, after all these years. Baby, give it up, give it up. Come on, guys, let's join in.
Actually, there's a couple cuts in here that are from ABBA. I think I know that's one of your favorite bands. Oh.
Who's ABBA?
Yeah. They were the earlier Ace of Base.
Wow.
You might say, who's Ace of Base now?
Oh, I know Ace of Base. That's my wife's band right there. She likes them.
Yeah. ABBA was the shit there for a while. Yeah, Dancing Queen. Hey, they got all kinds of stuff.
Is that 70s,
well? Hey, considering
right?
I may have to go here pretty quick. You guys, is it okay if I talk pinball tournament real quick?
You're going to want to go to the pinball. I see how Greg is. He wants to get his segment in before he leaves. What kind of a dick move is that?
That's rude. Right. That's me. That's me.
All right, Greg. What do you got?
At least I got a full screen. You know, I'm not this. Here, this is Greg. This is Greg.
I can put it in this mode, and then
that might scare off the viewers. That's too close for all of us to be on.
Right.
Derek, Stretch is coming for you, Derek. He's coming. He's doing the hammer dance. Okay, Greg, you're free. Proceed, Gregory.
Well, there's not much. I'll tell you what. This shows it all. Here we go. Okay, everybody, it's tournament time for pinball on the show, and let's take a look at last week's tournament. Adventureland. Pixelatorium, number one with 94 million. Mr. Livewire, 40 million. Mrs. OGA, third place with 40,626,000. Gregory, 19 million. G.Parkers, 16 million. Poestyle, 16 million. Off Good Arcade, 14 million. Linda, 6,714,000. Hollywood Polo, 5,979,000. Mike CB, 5,847,000. G.Parker again, that's me on the Switch, 5,383,000. Arcade Chaos, 3,949,000. And Pulp Fiction with 1,948,000. All right, there you go. Now let's take a look and see what kind of tournament we can get into this week.
Create tournament.
And I would really like to do let's see what we can find here. You know what? I'm going to go for Indiana Jones. We're going to make this a 5-day tournament. And it's going to be a private tournament. Create and play. And the password is G.Parker, all lowercase. I'll hit OK. Create and play. Let's get this tournament underway. Gonna run for 5 days. Indiana Jones. I think I was supposed to do something back there. Oh! Okay, there it is after ball one. Looks like I've got 27,621,550. If you want to see how I did, get in the tournament. Again, it's Indiana Jones. I'm setting it up on Steam, FX3. It's going to run for 5 days. You can also play it on the Switch. I believe they will cross over, and your other game consoles should do so as well. Get in the tournament. G.Parkers is the password. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye now.
Nice.
Cool.
Good choice, Greg. I like that game.
Yeah, that's a good game.
Fun game.
Yeah.
And you should be able to play it on the Switch, and I set it up on Steam, so you should be able to play it on.
Should be able to play it everywhere. Just keep in mind, sometimes you can't see everybody's scores, though. If you look up on the scoreboard, you're wondering, why? What do you mean so-and-so came in ahead of me? Well, maybe they played on PlayStation or something, and you played on a Switch. But you can all play, and Greg will be able to see everybody's scores. So no matter where
I'll look on the Switch sometimes, and I'll say there's like 4 people playing. When I know there's 8 people playing, because the Switch won't show everybody. It'll only show the Switch players. But the only other thing that I got kind of negligent on is I picked Bosconian last week for the arcade tournament, and I was kind of keeping track, and then I saw Bart putting together the spreadsheet on it. But I've lost track here because I noticed that Mr. Who was that?
D-Kong beat me.
Yeah, D-Kong came in at the end with
He snaked me while I was sleeping. Yeah, bastard. I was sleeping. I got up, so I didn't redo the spreadsheet because, I'm pretty pissed at him.
I'm trying to find his score here.
You're one of us, D-Kong. I'm trash talking you on the show live. So,
D-Kong came in with
77,190.
Yeah, 190, right. And the spreadsheet reads off grid at 76,000.
Yeah.
So he did squeeze you out. And but that happened last week to me with you, Bart. You got me right in the middle of the night or something. You passed me.
But we were on the other end of this list. It didn't matter because we were fighting for the bottom, not the top.
Sure, but it was a fight nonetheless.
Right.
And it looks like but it does look like I did manage to
fight for the bottom when I play. So
well, but that's what I was going to say. Bart beat me at the end on the last game, but this one here, I managed to stay in next to the last place with the Pixotorium coming up, bringing up the rear.
Yeah.
And, did Chaos play in that one? No, he didn't play in that one.
No, Chaos didn't play. I think he said he only has it on his giant Atari or his giant Pac-Man stick thing is the only way he could have played it. But we'll go ahead. We'll go ahead and read this off, though. So D-Kong beat me. He had 77,000. I had 76,000. Retro Bliss had a good game. 61,090. Livewire was next at 45,320. Mr. Poestyle was at 37,000. Greg, you had 11,000. Derek, I didn't get to update it, but you had 9,100, it looks like. You played one more yesterday, and I didn't get it on the spreadsheet. Mike,
it was 90,000. It was
I got 0. I forgot to play it.
Yeah. 90,000. Nice try. Yeah. I see your
9 billion.
I see your score
9
there,
billion.
and I see the high score of 20,000 is still on there. Your score is not matching the high score. So.
That's an old score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's trying to pass it to the new score.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a good pick. That was a good pick. I like that. I like Bosconian a lot. That's a fun game. Poe and I had a bit of an adventure trying to get it to work on our iArcade. Poe, do you want to tell the viewers at home what we went through for this Bosconian?
No.
Oh, okay. So moving on.
We were talking in a text, and I was saying, well, it's not there. I couldn't find it. So I went on to request it, and then I saw you already requested it. So I liked what you said to kind of highlight what you said. And then I also said, oh, yeah, I'd like to have that too. And then they totally ignored us for quite a while on there. And then finally I asked for it again, and then finally they put it up there. So
yeah. And then even that one had an error. But the kind folks fixed it right away as soon as you said, hey, there's a problem with that. And yeah, so it was a bit of a challenge, but we got it. And the people on the PAX R Us Discord helped us out, hooked us up at the end of the day. And we played some Bosconian. So,
did you tell me it was a console game? Is that how they helped you out there, Bart?
You just tell them it's for console and they'll get on it quicker.
Did Retro Bliss play? Yeah, Retro Bliss played. He's been getting on there every week. He's actually does a video for us. He
did a live stream playing it. I think I wasn't able to watch it because we were out of town at the time. But now this week, Poe, did you pick a game for this week?
Yeah, I didn't get a video made, but yeah. You know.
Okay, well, fuck that then. Let's move on.
Wasn't that strawberry shortcake game? Needed a video?
Yeah, don't ruin it. Spoilers. Musical matchup: strawberry shortcake. All right. I picked NES Double Dragon.
Oh,
nice.
Or some people call it single. Yes. Go to PAX R Us. I'm sure it's there. You can throw it on your arcade. When we were kids and this came out, people called it Single Dragon because this is known not to have the two-player simultaneous action. But yeah, I hadn't played it in a while. But I loved this game when it first came out. I mean, of course, my brother and I would take turns because you couldn't play together. But I went through a few of them the other day, and I started playing this one. I'm like, yeah, let's go with this. So, Double Dragon for the NES. I know.
Cheater.
So what's the rules, Poe? What's the rules?
Do whatever you want. It's the first game choice in there. The first selection, the single player. I think it's a game, it says on there. Yeah, I should have. We were busy.
Mike's calling Poe out. Come on.
Is there continues?
No continues, no rewind, no game weenie. No game genie on that. And
dang it.
Well, then how can you? Well, there's no game weenie.
Mike's gaming job. Terrible choice. Get this guy off the show. Mike, we've been trying to get Poe off the show for a year now. It's not that easy.
Oh, well, I'm actually glad. Yeah, I'm actually glad you picked that, Poe, because I was kind of like scared you're going to pick Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, and I'm really not good at that game.
Mike changed everything. Ladies and gentlemen, the game this week is Bill and Ted. It just happens to be here, and if you can't play it this way, play it on your Switch.
Mike, good job. You reminded them.
Oh, that's funny stuff. That is
so double Dragon from the NES. That sounds good. I like
yes.
it.
Yeah, sounds good. I mean,
always a good choice, Poe. You always make a fantastic choice. I'm telling you what, I got your back 100%, buddy. I got to go now.
Isn't it time for you to leave, Greg? It's got to be time.
What?
Isn't it time for you to leave?
I've
It's
got
gotta-
Poe's
Before you
back.
leave, would you play that ukulele? And since Mike is from Hawaii, could you sing that Somewhere Over the Rainbow? I'll get you started.
no.
Now.
There you go.
Poe can stay on the show.
I can do Bohemian Rhapsody on here, but we don't have enough time.
Nice. All right. So we got a pinball tournament, Indiana Jones, and we got a NES Double Dragon. And go to the Discord, post a picture of your Double Dragon. Greg will get the scores on the Indiana Jones, so you don't got to worry about that.
Tallywhackers rule the world.
Tallywhackers. If you don't know how to get to our Discord, I don't know what to tell you. I do. Look in the description in the video below for me and Greg, because I put it in there for this live stream, and any one of our videos has a link to it. Derek put a lot of work into that Discord. Make sure you show up to it and post your pictures of your scores.
Good job.
Yeah,
Derek.
and if you get on the Discord and you're on the arcade tourney, or you're on the console tourney, or you're on the pinball tourney, don't be talking about what color underwear you're wearing that day or anything. I mean, it's for stay on top.
There is a whole section there just for Derek and Chaos to bullshit all day long. If you want to go in there. But that's sometimes Chaos doesn't stick to his corner, but that's Chaos Corner, it's called.
It was called the arcade tournament. That's where the one was, yeah.
And if you don't stick with that, I will personally come to your house and play ukulele outside your door at 2 a.m.
And a thong and fishnets.
Yeah.
Go to Mike's newest video because he calls one of the bosses a tallywhacker, and I was laughing my ass off when he said that.
That's good stuff.
Just like Planet Fitness, we're judgment free here,
Yeah.
and you can use any restroom you want.
Yeah. See, now, whenever I used to try to wear a thong, but I can't stand having that thing go up my butt crack, so I always wear it backwards. So it but then it'll come with a twig with that kind of flop to the side. So yeah,
Hey, Bart,
I tend to get kicked off the
Bart, can you
beach.
spell it backwards for us, please?
Backwards. No. I can't even say it right. You think I can spell it? Yeah, there's like 7 different.
He's always been backwards, that guy. From the time he was a fella.
Yeah,
Guys,
I'm not even allowed in the public pools anymore, anywhere. So
I'm going to sign off, you guys.
Oh,
Have a good one. Derek, it was great having you here tonight. I've told you need to get on here, and I guess you got done with your drag show early enough that you were able to get out of your costume in time.
Oh yeah, remind me. I got some mail in here. Thanks for the reminder. I'll get that.
I'll see you guys later. Have a good night. Thanks everybody for watching, coming to the show, getting the pinball tournament, and give these guys a good time while they're still here. Talk to y'all later. Have a good one.
Night,
all right,
Greg.
later, Greg.
You know what to do now,
See you,
Poe.
Greg.
Bring him in.
I forgot how I leave. Oh, wait a second. This is how I leave right here. Goodbye.
All right. Yeah.
Okay,
Peace
bring in
out.
hookers.
Bring
Or
him in.
strippers.
Bring him
Don't bring
in.
hookers.
Yeah. And he did it right this time. He's completely out. He's not even in the green room listening in. We got 4 minutes till he figures out how to bring us up on his phone. So we're safe.
Right, because Betty
We're
chewed the
safe.
wires, and that's why I can't come back.
Yeah. So Poe, what have you been up to lately?
Painting, painting rooms. I got to fix the drywall in the living room too. You know, my kids destroyed that drywall many years ago, so I put a chair in front of it. And the wife said, "Now that the kids aren't here, it's time to fix that drywall." I'm like, "Why? The chair's there. Nobody comes to visit us." But
Right?
she wants it
Paint around the
fixed.
chair,
So
Poe. Paint around it.
Yeah.
I kind of liked having that hole in the wall. I could put my Cheetos and stuff down there, and she didn't know I had them. Just
There you
reach
go.
in.
Just stick an
Yeah,
but
Elvira
aside from
picture.
What's that?
Put an Elvira picture
Oh.
or a poster.
I keep the baby oil and the Elvira pictures in the wall.
Yeah. Kelly said, "That's memories, Poe. That's the excuse you should have used. Those are memories. How can you suggest that I get rid of those? Oh my gosh, woman, get me a beer."
For these kids, when it would get cold out and we would crank up the heat a little bit, anytime the furnace would kick on in the winter when they were littler, they would race each other to sit on the one vent. Oh, the air's on. They'd be like, "The heater!" They'd go running, and one of them blew right through the wall, and they didn't admit it. You know, we found it. Oh, it was neither of them, and still to this day, 20 years old and 23 years old. No, it was him. No, it was her. So, they're both a couple of liars. They need to get in there and fix that drywall them damn self.
It was Nacho. I promise, it was Nacho.
That poor guy, he wasn't even born yet. Nacho.
Yeah.
That was like 6 dogs ago.
All right,
But I have been playing the 400. That's what I was doing. I've been trying to make this video since the day after I got the thing when it released, and we're getting there. I did do a 26-hour intro for it, and
Nice.
I finally got the unboxing, and I finally did the gameplay video. I finished that today, so now I got to. Well, I say edit. Really, I just pieced them together. You know, I don't cut anything out. It's all staying right in there. And no, you won't get chapter selects either. You figure out where the game is that you want to see.
Does it have Hangman on there?
Oh, it could be. You know what? I got a thumb drive, and I put like over 5,000 Atari 8-bit games and 5,200 games on. Something that we always say we don't want to do, right, Bart? Or we don't want to load up our arcade with 5 billion. Well, when it comes to these minis, I just load the shit out of them. I just pack it all in there. Because I don't have much of experience. I didn't have an Atari computer. My brother did, but I had to keep my hands off of it, you know. So these games are mostly new to me. So I just said, I'm throwing everything on there. Somebody already made this pack. You could download the whole thing. So I'm throwing it on there, and I'll discover new games.
Nice.
Wait,
Does
Poe,
it have
you're
the
talking about-
educational games on it, Poe?
It does. One of the best educational games is Porky's for the 8-bit line. Looks a lot better than the 2600 version, and the girl's in the shower. And what's her name? Ball Breaker. She's come. I said tallywhacker in this video. I'm like, here she comes. She's coming for my tallywhacker. So you'll have to check that out.
Nice.
Right? Yeah. Operation Shutdown says Poe's going to review all 5,000 games in his review.
That'll cover
I
the
did.
time.
I only did 15 minutes for each game, though. So,
Right.
and I promised to put some old retro commercials in the middle to really break up the action.
There you go. I like those retro commercials, though, that you find. Those are awesome.
I told Derek that one time. I said, I know I have no content, so I'll throw these commercials in. It might keep somebody watching. So,
Yeah. As soon as the
Well,
commercials are
clearly,
over, I shut off.
killed me and Poe, yeah. Hey, you have commercials.
Yeah. Yeah. Now,
Well,
Chaos.
hey, Bart,
What's
That's
that?
part of
Derek?
the thing. Once we have a lull in the conversation, I have some friends that are willing to put up some money and sign a petition for the group to do that reverse G-string ukulele playing.
No. Yeah.
Up to $5 so far.
Yeah.
wait, is that from Chaos? Because he was also the one that said he wanted to see Bart in his VR with no pants on, dry humping his arcade machine. I don't know if you saw that in the Discord the other day, Bart. but
I was trying to block that out. Thanks for bringing it up.
well,
Yeah, we
he
all
brought up
blocked that
something
out.
about your airplane game should have where you fly groupies and you bang the groupies in the plane or something. I'm like, wait a minute, what's this game? I don't know this one.
Yeah. Well, I had a funny little story. He was talking about the hole in the wall, and he put a Hulk fist 3D and paint Hulk on the wall, and it looked pretty cool. I saw a guy, I forget where I was driving around. He had like an old 1982 Toyota Corolla or something, and someone had T-boned him, so the back door was all dented into shit. He took some of that green painter's tape and put a jagged thing around it and then put Hulk smash next to it. I was like, that's pretty brilliant right there. That's pretty brilliant. Yeah. But, all right. So, Poe, did you say what you've been working on? Because I tuned you out as soon as you started
I
talking.
did too. I don't even remember.
Yeah, okay.
Atari
before you
400.
begin-
Yeah.
Hey, Poe. I have to leave, guys, to go pick up my son, so I will be right back. Sorry, Poe.
All right.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Just in
So,
time for Poe
yeah.
to talk about it. Stuff.
Yeah. Now the strippers are coming. Derek, oh, look at that. Look at that view.
Whoa!
What just happened? Are you working on anything, Derek?
These nuts. Got it. Got him.
Yeah, actually, I'm getting into like collecting mobile handhelds, like Nintendo DSs and 3DSs. So I'm planning to
Nice.
start like a mobile Monday.
Oh, cool.
Because I got some rare ones like a Zelda Shield one, and just doing a bunch of cool stuff with that. And I have tons of crap in here that aren't in my arcade section that I didn't show in the video too. So
Nice.
Awesome. I like the handheld idea. Well, we talked about that. My son collects the old handhelds, so I'm interested definitely in seeing that.
yeah, for sure. Most of mine look like the old handhelds, but they have Raspberry Pis in them. But
Right.
they look like it.
Yeah, I did buy that wood grain, what is it, Abernick or whatever, like 2 years ago, and it's still sitting there. I still haven't touched the thing. It looks like a wood grain Game Boy that you can throw zillions of games on. But it's one of those things I bought.
Those,
I put it on a bookshelf after I bought it, and then like totally forgot about it until just now. I gotta go find. Maybe the wife threw it in the garbage by now. I don't know.
If she saw it in the garbage, right, Poe? What else is he getting now?
Yeah. Chaos says rarest handheld he has is the Pikachu 3DS, and it's not that rare. Yeah. I don't have any handhelds. I never bought a Game Boy or any of those things. The whole time, I've just never bought. The closest is my little Coleco Donkey Kong.
Oh yeah. Those are worth stuff now. My first one that I actually bought was the Game Boy Advance SP, and that was after I was out of the service. I was going to school to be an electrician, and I noticed the younger whippersnappers, they were, whenever we were done with tests and stuff, they were in the room playing their Game Boy Advance, and I wasn't really into handhelds, but then some of them had the link cable you could link up and play, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go get one too. That's like right after the SPs came out, so I bought one of those, and then eventually I gave that to one of my kids and bought my other kid one of those, and my boy really ran with that through the years. He's like, Dad has the consoles, so I want the handhelds. So he really got into collecting that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, I had my old Mattel Electronics football.
Oh, yeah.
That's my handheld.
Yeah, my sister had the white one, and my brother had, what was it, 2, the green one?
Yeah.
I think it was football 2. And then my other brother had a baseball one. Baseball derby, I think it was, something like that. It was where you could push the button and actually swing the bat. Right. And my oldest brother also had the one with the car, digital derby, the race car. He still has that. It still works too.
Yeah, I had one of those too. I don't know where that's at. I found my football a couple years ago. I stumbled across it in a box somewhere, put a battery in it, and played. I was like, holy shit.
And I think a few years ago, Mattel brought those back out again to like Walmarts and stuff. They even had little ones on keychains.
Yeah.
And no
Yeah.
updates needed.
No update.
Right.
You just turn it on.
Did it?
Oh, so folks, speaking of that, I just got this. It's a Game Boy SP unhinged. It's a metal shell.
Oh,
In case
nice.
you can tell, my favorite color is blue. So,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that's nice.
and I got a when there's not a cartridge in it, I got a little cartridge that lights up blue.
Oh, that's cool. That's
But
cool.
yeah.
I like that.
And also the DS Lite. I got a transparent shell that I did for one of my mods. So that's
I'm about to do 2 shells for DS Lite, and I've never done them before. But my boy's hinge was broken, so before he left, he said, "When I'm gone, can you fix this?" So we ordered him. He liked that Cobalt case that he originally had, so we got him that. But I'm also doing the Nintellivision DS Lite mod to make your DS into an Intellivision. You can throw all the ROMs on there, and
nice.
guys are making the bottom screen into the overlays and stuff like that for the Intellivision games. So I'm like, well,
nice.
I've got all these Atari handhelds. Why not have an Intellivision custom made? And the Intellivision gamer, Casey, he had a video a few weeks ago where he did it live for the DSi on his live show. So I'm going to do it with a DS Lite, and I bought a new case for it. So, yeah, that'll be something new, putting cases on DS Lites.
You just got one case?
Yeah, I got one for mine, and I got my one from my son's is coming. Mine came already, but his isn't here yet. So I'll mess with mine because I bought a crappy DS Lite on eBay after I actually brought it up to my son. I'm like, hey, you got that DS Lite? Actually, I think he has 2. I said, maybe I could make one of those into an Intellivision. And he said, no, you're not making it into an Intellivision, Dad. I'm like, all right, I'll go on eBay and get my own. So I got this pink one.
Nice.
It's pink, it's beat up, the hinge is messed up, so the screen won't even stay at an angle. It just drops. But and whoever owned it before has a Selena Gomez sticker stuck to the back too. Like, maybe I should keep this original. That's pretty nice.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Derek's had enough of that.
Well, Darren, everybody leaves whenever I'm ready to go take a bathroom break. First, Mike, I'm like, okay, I can hold it for a little bit. I'm like, okay, I kind of got a whiz, and then Derek disappeared too.
Yeah, I am actually interested in that pose. Not you going to the bathroom, but when I heard you say about that Intellivision thing, that interests me into think maybe I do want a handheld because
you can buy those things for cheap. And when Intellivision Gamer did his for the DSi, they actually have a slot for an SD card. So he did it all for the DSi, where to go, put the stuff on there. Now for the DS Lites, they didn't have that SD card slot, but you can buy what they call an R4 card. I had some for my kids' systems years ago. So I bought one that...
I don't want to mod all of my handhelds, so I got several R4 like carts. Like you just put them on there, then it looks like a game. So yeah,
it's like shaped like a game. It fits right in there, but you put the SD card in it. So that's what I'm going to do is the DS Lite version. So
yeah.
Well, I'm speaking from my perspective too, but are you going to be able to see the screen on a handheld if you get one?
If they get some Magoo glasses going, I can't even see you guys right now. So
I would suggest a XL one, depending on
right.
I have separate those too, and they're a lot easier to see.
Yeah. Well, I figured I'm gonna act like I got one of these, and I'm gonna just message Derek and say, man, I can't figure this out. Can you just pick one up and do the Intellivision thing for me? And then I'll give him Mike's credit card number to pay for it. And then it works out. It's a win-win.
And then I'll give Bart O's address to actually do the work for me, and I'll take all the credit.
Yeah.
I do enjoy doing that stuff. It's just ever finding the time. Because right now, my wife has this sixth sense about it. It's like, as soon as I go down to the dungeon or I'm starting to think about making a video, it's like, hey, I got some paint for the upstairs room.
Yeah.
Daddy wants some sugar on the weekend. I better paint it.
Yeah.
Hey, hold me in the chair.
I actually started that video yesterday of gameplay before we went and got more paint and went out to eat. And actually, while I'm playing one of the games, I got to remember to edit it out. I'll probably make the video funnier, though. She's upstairs yelling, "Bang!" Oh, shit! As soon as I started playing my games, I mute the thing and pause. I'm like, man.
Yeah. Hey, I leave all that shit in. I don't know if you saw that one. I was doing a flight stim, and Kelly didn't know I was recording. She brought me some lunch, a quesadilla. She just opens the door. She's like, "Oh crap, are you recording?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't care. I'll But yeah.
Well, I think that was my truck stem video, old Poe's truck stem video. That time I was recording for our show, and my wife came downstairs to do the laundry, and she turned out the light on me when she went upstairs. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. Kelly says, "Leave that in, Poe. Leave it in."
That wasn't by accident, Poe. She turned it off.
Yeah.
I know. She does that to me all the time. Like, I'll go to the bathroom in the basement because I figure they're using the one upstairs, And so I'm in there, and she'll see the lights are on in the basement. "Why are these lights on?" I'll be yelling, I'm in here. I come out of the bathroom, all the lights are out, the switches are clear across the basement. I'm fumbling around.
Okay, so, Poe, first off, though, can you explain when you said going to the bathroom, you did this kind of motion? Could you explain what that meant?
That was cupping myself to keep them warm. Well, the basement's a little chilly. And
Drop it into the water. Yeah, but I know what you're saying as far as you're doing all your painting and stuff, and Greg alluded to it earlier. I'm doing all the work at the house. And we added a bedroom. I'll be starting on a bathroom here shortly, and I've been recording all my videos that I have been putting out. I'm not putting out as many as I usually do, but I'm recording them at like 5 o'clock in the morning because that's the only, once the sun comes up and I need to get work done, so it's like I'm busy doing other stuff. So I'm recording wee hours in the morning is the only time I can manage to get out here and do some recording. And all my normal stuff is suffering. I haven't done a live pinball, the 2-player Tuesdays, all that stuff has just gone to the wayside because Kelly won't come out here and play a shooter game with me at 5 a.m. She wants or something, But
what's your excuse, Poe? Even Bart's making videos timely.
I know.
You're still waiting. Are you done with the Popeye videos yet? I lost count.
Well, now that I got this, even though I don't own it, I like to play physical copies, but I could play the 8-bit version. And I do in this video. And there's also one that somebody modded, Popeye 8-bit Arcade, which I saw that before I knew I had it when I downloaded all those games. I'm like, oh, I got to put that on there. It's kind of like with the 7800 version where somebody made it look more like the arcade. Somebody did that with the, I think it was the 5200. It might have been 8-bit. So there are two.
You feel better if the keyboard actually worked instead of just being a
Yeah.
That's kind of cheap.
Right. Now, you could put a USB. You can put your keyboard on there if you want to, but yeah, I know. And the same thing with this. Everybody wanted this to open up, right? And people were like, "Oh, that it should have been that you could open that up and put a real game in." And I'm not thinking that at all because that's going to make the thing expensive as hell if it's going to play real games on the hardware, But if they would have made this open up to put your little thumb drive in there instead of putting it in back here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Right. Yeah, that'd be neat. Yeah, that would be neat. Yeah. All right. Well,
hey, Bart, if you're really into handhelds, I got plenty for you if you want me to send you some pictures.
Yeah.
I got plenty to get rid of.
Nice. Now, yeah, the only one that really caught my attention was when Poe said about that. And it's my bad. I don't catch up with the Intellivision Gamer. But when you said that, I was like, wait, you can do that? That's a brilliant idea. And
yeah,
because I do miss my Intellivision. That was my first console that I ever bought. Bought it with my own paper route money back in the day, which is the equivalent to like $7,000 now. But and I
Wait,
ended up.
they had electricity back then, Bart? When you were on
What's
your
that?
paper route? They had electricity back then?
Yeah, it was just in the ritzy area of town. They had electric lights, but
Also,
Yeah.
so you were bougie when you were a kid, is what you're saying.
yeah. Actually, where I had that paper route, it is kind of funny. It was up in South Dakota, and my parents fell into this deal. It wasn't gated, but it was like a little community, and we happened to buy the biggest house in that community because the guy who owned it had moved out of town like 5 years before and never could sell the house. So he finally got to the point where he's like, I just got to dump this. And my parents walked into it at the right time. And it had been sitting there for years. No one was living in there. So we had to paint the outside. The backyard was tall. The grass was taller than the fence was and all that stuff. So I had to do some sweat equity on it. But yeah, people were like, "Oh man, you guys live in that big house right there on that corner." It's like, yeah, and we're probably the poorest people here. We just fell into a great deal. But yeah, and then I got a paper route there while I was living in that, and I bought my Intellivision with my own paper route money, and I forget what it cost, $350, something like that. And back in the early 80s.
Yeah, that was like what, like $800 back then, probably.
Yeah, that's a chunk of change for a 13, 14-year-old kid. And but
how many papers did that take?
that took me a while. It was a huge paper route though, so I was making some good money off of it. But man, that's when I really found out how cold it gets in South Dakota. Delivering that Sunday paper at 5 o'clock in the morning is 30 below plus the wind chill. You're like, or minus.
And the Sunday paper was like this thick back then.
Yeah.
For us, it was the Saturday paper for a long time, and then finally they started putting out a Sunday paper. And we didn't have as many customers, because I think it was an extra cost. We didn't have as many customers that had the Sunday paper coming in, so that was nice.
My mom would drive me around when it was that cold, and the first paper I'd throw out, the door lock on the car would freeze, so I couldn't close the door. And then there was one little area she couldn't get the car because they didn't plow those roads. And I had 9 papers. I'll remember it for the rest of my life. I had 9 papers I had to deliver in there, and I'd take off running. She'd go to the other side to pick me up. My freaking little 13-year-old mustache is all ice. I got frozen snot coming out of my nose. And literally, I'd blink my eyes and my eyelashes would freeze together. You have to force your eyes open. I'm like, this is ridiculous. That's the coldest. And that was the last winter we spent in, and my parents moved us back to Arizona. Because they're like, yeah, this is.
My first winter stationed in Minot, North Dakota, the younger guys had to pull shotgun when they opened the structures. So there was a key team of 2 guys that would open the structure. They each had keys, but they could go in and kind of keep warm. The guy that held shotgun, the gun guard that stood out there, you were just screwed, right? So they got a bunch of us coming back from lunch, and they're like, they opened the structure, but since it's so cold, we got to switch out the gun guard every 10 or 15 minutes. So we're like, all right, we get in the truck and we go out there, and they gave him a shotgun. And the dude that I'm going to be replacing comes in, and his eyelashes have icicles, and he's got snot stuck to his face, man. I'm like, I don't want to do this. He's standing out there next to you. Ready to put the gun to yourself.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, I said, I've never been so cold in my life as I was in South Dakota, and I spent 4 months in Iceland. It's like, it was cold, and but it was pretty though. I was in Rapid City, so you're in the Black Hills, and a buddy of mine in South Dakota back then, you could get your driver's license at 14. But you could only drive when the sun was up. You weren't allowed to drive at night. But so in the summertime, we'd drive down to Hot Springs. They had a freaking big old pool that was naturally warm water because Hot Springs, South Dakota, was named aptly. And so we'd drive down there. We'd always go on Tuesdays because you could hit the Taco Tuesday, 2 tacos for 99 cents at Taco Don's. So we'd always go on Tuesdays and we'd get our tacos. we'd have like $5 between us, and that would get us into the pool and 2 tacos each. And
Oh,
Nice.
sounds good.
yeah,
Taco Dawn's.
yeah, he had this old piece of shit Chevy Nova, and had just crank down windows and stuff, and it's hot. He didn't have any air conditioner, so you'd have the windows rolled down, and all of a sudden he'd just pull off on the side of the road, and I'd be like, "What are you doing?" And somebody's sprinkler would go by and just blast me in the side of the head. So you always had to be careful. If he pulled off the side of the road, you had to be on a swivel. Where's the water coming from? But good times. But yeah, so all right. Anything else we need to plug, Derek? Do you got anything you need to plug? No.
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 Good for
Well, you did. You had a great score on the pinball this week too.
Oh yeah, Derek, you were on top of that.
Yeah, you kicked ass.
You had a phenomenal game.
Those multi-balls are fun. I
Yeah,
kept getting that one over and over that one game finally. So
yeah. I had no luck with that multi-ball because you get that in that spinner thing where you load up the 4 balls and the sky. What's it called? The sky. Yeah,
Sky Eye. Sky Eye.
Yeah. I played like 4 or 5 games when I made my run on it. I got 1 ball in there in all the games combined. I'm like, how am I not getting anything in that sky coaster, whatever thing? I just couldn't have any luck. And then, but I was in like 2nd or 3rd place when I finished that game, and I ended up like way down on the list. My game sucked, but I was ahead of Mike, so that's good. Yeah, Kelly. I played 2 times. She kicked my ass, that's for sure. All of my games combined didn't add up to Kelly's game. But Derek, you had a phenomenal game. Uh-oh. Look out.
hey, even the sun shines on a dog's ass sometimes, right?
Yeah, I heard you guys
I was
talking
making
about
up for the
handhelds
Bostonian.
and television when I was driving.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I want to be a part of that conversation. It's a good conversation you guys had.
Yeah, you missed the
Well, too
handheld.
late.
man. Hope you can see. I have
Oh,
a,
nice.
Derek has handhelds for both of you guys, so make your new television.
a
Right?
blue metal one, and
Oh, cool.
I got a blue transparent DS Lite too.
Oh, nice.
Did a custom shell, so yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I was
I'll have to
thinking
post
about
some
getting
pictures
a...
when I have some time because I have a lot of handheld too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about
Whoa,
getting an
you just had
original
a
Game
ghost
Boy.
arm. You just had a ghost arm hand you a drink. How do you do that?
That's my son. I told him to get me some water.
It just magically appears all of a sudden. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was
I
there
want
was
to
there
carry
more?
like a handheld too. You know, like I don't know if you've been like to the dentist office and stuff. You're like, man, I wish I was gaming. I don't like playing on my phone because like if you play Candy Crush, you only have a certain time you can play it. Then it's like, hey, if you pay us, we'll let you play some more. So I usually bring like a handheld. I like, oh, I can bring a Game Boy and just game on, have people stare at you like, what? Is that an old Game Boy? Playing
Right?
Tetris?
Yeah,
You
my
could bring a
son's-
Steam Deck too, Mike.
My son's orthodontist. I started taking my son to the orthodontist, and I went in that place, and they had PlayStation 3s set up, like 10 of them, with
Oh.
TVs for kids to play while they were waiting for their appointments. I'm like, holy crap! I didn't have any of that when I was a kid. And what
That's
kind of money
funny
is
you
this
said
dude
that.
making?
Are they taking
Yeah,
new
for-
patients there, Paul?
My son's
I make the try.
my son's place that he gets his braces done. Yeah, they have a GameCube and a PlayStation 2, and it has like Gran Turismo, and then on the GameCube they got Mario Kart for the kids to play. So they have like a setup like that too. But you can't mess with the console. It's like a kiosk type of deal that they
Oh,
put in
okay.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, this place, the orthodontist actually just had the system sitting right there, little stations where kids could sit and play them. It was cool.
Yeah.
Thought you were gonna say Grand Theft Auto for a minute there, Mike. I was like, wait a minute. What?
No. No, they wouldn't put that.
What kind of kids they have good ones?
I'd put bully.
Yeah, I go to for my doctor's appointment. They're all at the VA, so it's just a bunch of old people. So what I like to do is, well, I used to, I can't anymore, but I would just bring my phone and a pair of earbuds that doesn't actually pair with my phone, and then I just put on some Pornhub, so it's just to watch all the people's reaction. And when they turn around, I hand the phone to Kelly, and I say, I got to go to the bathroom. And then they think it's her. But that's the real reason why Pornhub is blocked in Texas, because there were no more VA hospitals I was allowed in.
Bart, that actually reminds me of a story. Those watches that you get, it's like a TV remote watch. If you need the right code for the TVs, you can control with your watch.
Oh, yeah.
I've done that in school before, or like waiting in a waiting room. I just go through the list and find the right code and just change the channel. It's not some boring show. It's something else. But I could never find the Pornhub though. I'll have to keep looking.
Yeah, tune in some Skinamax. I don't know how that happened.
Skinamax.
Nice.
Well, that actually was like probably 10 years or so ago, where they had that commercial for, I think it was one of the battery companies, and the guy's laid up with a broken leg, and his wife was like, okay, here's the remote or whatever, and she said, I'll be back later. And he's sitting there and he has it on the porn channel, and then the priest comes to visit him, and the battery's dead and he can't change the channel.
Nice.
You said it's actually a commercial, Bo?
Yeah, that was I think it was a battery commercial back in the day.
Nice.
In
That's
Pittsburgh? Is it a Pittsburgh commercial?
Yeah, sounds like yeah. That sounds Pittsburghian. Yeah. Yeah, I tell you. Now, if you want to go retro, you could talk about back in the old days when you could find that channel that had the scrambled porn.
My brother got so mad at me because I found that channel. Was it the Spice Channel? Something like that. From our cable provider. And this is like, he was in the Army, but he came home.
You know, right?
No, this channel wouldn't show up when you were going through the channels unless you programmed it in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and you could relabel on my parents' TV. So when my brother came home on leave, my brother's name is Chad. I named the channel Chad so it would show up. So then my dad's flipping through for his news and it comes up Chad. No, like, you home.
Nice. That's hilarious. Uh-oh, I gotta pay attention to the chat every once in a while.
Hey,
Farrell's
Farrell.
in the house.
Hey, Farrell.
So on, Farrell. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. You got here just in time for the porn talk.
We're helping you unscramble those channels that are scrambled. So,
Yeah.
post-teaching.
Scrambled porn. Yeah.
Chad.
Now,
Sometimes my brother does watch my channel, so I don't know if he's watching this. He might come over and kick my ass right now.
yeah.
I say sometimes. He's like everybody else in the family. They don't really care. But
Yeah.
he did tell me he saw when I was playing some certain arcade games that he liked, then he would actually sit and watch the videos. So
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't he's a big fan of Time Pilot, right? Like me.
Time Pilot and the 1940s series and stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
He was always really good at those games.
Time Pilot. That's an awesome game. Whoa.
So my wife actually, she went to put YouTube on the TV to look for something the other day. She's like, she seriously is like, Mr. Poestyle, I'm not looking for this. You know, she goes, because that's the first thing that came up on there. I'm like, nobody is. Nobody's looking for that.
Nice.
We can change it
Nice.
now in this Mr. Porn style.
Just scramble the video.
Yeah, what's going on with this
Not a
intro?
bad idea. It's not a bad idea.
That gives me so many ideas, Bart. Give me a couple.
Yeah. The best part of that scrambled porn when you were a kid, you come across the scrambled porn and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm seeing a boobie. And then you'd get a second where it wasn't scrambled. And you're like, dude, that's a dude's ass.
Like, that was mid. That was mid.
Yeah, what the heck? That's just hard. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah.
Not if you use baby oil.
Super smooth.
Epic.
I can still go back, back in Phoenix, I'd get in those UHF channels and you'd turn that little round antenna the right way, get on like Channel 57, you'd find you some Benny Hill. You might get doing that. That was yeah.
Benny
that was
Hill,
like
yes.
That was like the version of porn, like going to get the National Geographic. It was your cheapo Playboy. It's like get a National Geographic and a good Benny Hill. I got a porn collection.
Oh yeah.
This must be the second hour of the show. The second hour of the show, you never know what's coming. This is like the late night edition.
Oh, speaking of late night, do you guys remember? Was it Billy Bob's or Joe Bob's Drive-In with what's his name? Like I'm guessing Joe Bob.
I know who you mean.
That sounds really familiar. Yeah.
And before that, for us really old geezers, I watched USA's Up All Night. Rhonda would do one night, and Gilbert Gottfried would do the other night.
That's right.
Nice.
It'd be like the worst movies you ever saw,
Joe Bob's Drive-In Theater.
Yes.
TV series from 1987 through 1995. Yeah.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah. I was in the Navy then.
He's in Texas.
Thank you for not singing it like Greg, Bart.
Rhonda Hart.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. I was more of a fan of Gilbert myself. He was the best.
Why is that not surprising, Poe?
Well, I liked Rhonda's boobies, but Gilbert was hilarious.
Yeah. Gilbert Godfrey is hilarious. Yeah.
Hey, can I share my screen?
Yeah.
Is it scrambled on the Chad channel?
No, I figured out how to unscramble this.
Nice.
Oh, is that how? Hold on. There we go. There she is.
Hey.
That one?
Hey. Hey. Rhonda.
Nice.
She would say, USA's Up All Night.
Oh my God.
Nice.
Please don't imitate that again, Poe.
Did it turn you on, Derek? I got the job.
Nice.
Nope. Hands are right here, Poe. No, it didn't.
Nice.
Yeah, boy, did they have some terrible, terrible movies on there, but they were so terrible they were good. Yeah.
Yeah. Fair. Your background kind of looks like the Scrambled Channels. Kind of.
Yeah.
Kelly was putting in there, it's like that channel. We stumbled across, I don't even know what the guys' names are, but they watch it and they do like So Bad They're Good. And of course, I guess their channel's big enough. People send them DVDs of these bad movies and they'll watch it and then they'll give it a rating on whether or not it's just bad or if it's so bad it's good. And,
Nice.
yeah, it's pretty funny.
Well, that's like Mr. Science Theater. Love watching that, where they.
Oh yeah, that's
the
hilarious.
movies. Yeah, so.
Is that OG MTV? No, it's Billy Bob's Drive-In Theater that they used to have.
What was he
channel
on? He
that?
was on
that USA?
TNT. I think Billy Bob was on like TNT, or
Was
maybe
it
it was
TNT?
Yeah,
the
yeah, I
kind
think it was
of-
TNT or TBS.
Okay,
yeah,
because I
one
was
of those
thinking
Ts.
USA or something. Okay.
yeah. USA was Gilbert and Rhonda.
Yes, Gilbert. Nice.
Nice. Yeah, Krampus 2, worst movie ever made. Oh, I don't
I
know.
mean, it was so bad it was good chaos then. Or?
Yeah, I've seen some pretty bad ones. Yeah,
Have you
Midnight
seen
Movie.
Jack Frost, Bart?
seen Jack Frost. Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
The horror movie.
yeah, yeah. There,
Oh yeah.
there you go. How about USA
Up All Night? Yep.
Yep.
Used to watch that.
Yeah, yeah. Good times. Good times. All
Can you
right.
do that thing again, Poe, with the Up All Night?
Oh no!
USA. USA. Up all night. I love Gilbert. Gilbert was the greatest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hilarious. He's a hilarious guy.
Yeah, I miss him
It's
as the
amazing.
Affleck duck too. Remember?
Yeah. Till they fired his ass, right?
I know. We hadn't been the same.
He would always make jokes about Nazi camps and stuff, and he was Jewish, so I mean, but they didn't like that so much.
Yeah, he's just brilliant guy. Yeah, I got a kick out of what was it? It went viral a few years back when he he called into the Howard Stern show or something, and he wasn't in his act voice and all that. He's just sounding like a regular dude, and you're like, shit, that's Gilbert Godfrey.
Hey, dude was so great. He used to do like a Dracula character when he was on Stern. It was just freaking hilarious.
Yeah, that's funny stuff.
Oh, and when he would do his Andrew Dice Clay impersonation, it killed me every time because he doesn't sound anything like Andrew Dice Clay. He sounded like Gilbert. He'd be like, "Oh," that's kill me every time, you know.
Oh, Andrew Dice Clay. Now that was some good stuff there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got like a movie with him. It's like a martial arts film. I forgot what it is. It had him and Donna Dragon Wilson. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it had Andrew Dice Clay, and then he's supposed to be a buddy cop with an Asian guy. So I'm like, oh, I gotta watch that.
Yeah.
The best
His
part
stuff
ever, right,
was-
Mike?
When she bent over, Rover took over and had a bone of his own. Oh!
Jack and Jill went up the hill, each with a bucket of quarter. Jill went down with 2
Oh, Gilbert, man. They can think of Gilbert again.
Oh, yeah. Ford Fairlane, that was a Dice Clay.
Ford Fairlane, yep.
Oh, that's funny stuff. Yeah. Yeah, Kelly's listing off. Star Crash was one of their movies they did. Had David Hasselhoff was in it.
Oh,
And
Hickory
Oh, yeah,
dickory
Star
dock.
Crash.
Oh, sorry.
yeah. And then some of them weren't even all that dirty. They were just what was the little? There was a little old lady who lived in a shoe. She had so many kids, her uterus fell out.
Oh. And then all the controversy. I remember he was going to be, he was the host on Saturday Night Live. And that's
Yeah.
when Nora Dunn, that was on the show, said she wouldn't be on there if he wasn't on there. So SNL said, okay, you're fired.
Yeah.
Boy, haven't things changed now? I mean,
Yeah,
he wouldn't be welcome now.
yeah. He was hilarious. It was funny stuff. Oh, Chaos saw Clay live in Rochester the day after Sam Kinison was killed. Yeah.
oh.
Sam
But
Kinison.
Sam Kinison didn't like him, right? Sam Kinison didn't like him or Bobcat. I think he was fighting with him as well. I
Oh.
think, or no, maybe he was good friend. I can't remember. Somebody hates Bobcat. Not me.
Yeah.
Everybody is kind of me.
Yeah, Bobcat Goldthwait. He was hilarious. Just
Yeah, he was in
off
the Police Academy
They
films,
just get in
wasn't he?
your face. Yeah. My boy
Yeah.
watched part 1 and 2 before he left. And last weekend, my wife said, "Is there anything you want to rent on Prime or anything? A movie you wanted to watch before you leave?" And he said, "Police Academy 3." And she's like, "What?" He's like, "Well, I just watched the first 2. I want to watch the third one." And then I had to show him how they jumped the shark. Well, of course, it was Police Academy 1 through 7, I think. But there was also a Police Academy cartoon that was on Saturday mornings. So I had to show him that. He's like, "They made a cartoon out of it?" I'm like, "Boy, you know nothing about the 80s. They made a cartoon about everything back then."
Everybody.
Yeah, that is true.
Even
That
Mr.
is
T had
true.
a cartoon.
That's
Mr.
right.
T.
Mhm.
Toxic Avenger. Remember how bad that
Oh.
movie was? I mean, they were so raunchy, and then
yeah.
they had the Toxic Crusaders cartoon came out after that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Retro Man,
Avenger.
Retro Man Randy Savage told me about that, so I ended up watching. They had it on YouTube, the first episode, but yeah, very clean though. Compared to what
right.
you watched on the VCR back then. So
Yeah. Those were some movies. Toxic Avenger.
Oh my gosh.
Terrible. Terrible. My friends rented that, and they're like, "Come on, you got to come over and watch this." And just the kid on his bike. Holy crap. They score points by running people over, and they're like, "Oh, no, he's still alive," and the dude throws it in reverse. But holy crap.
Well, see, that's one of those really bad it's good movies, right? So that's on the list.
Yeah. Those were amazing. And they kept putting them out. Just kept putting them out.
Yeah, they don't make them like that anymore.
Yeah. That is hilarious. Yeah. I don't even know how many they made, but there were too many.
It was still less than the Fast and the Furious series, though.
Right.
Well, they have like 12.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
I've never watched any of those. I know I'm a terrible
Oh.
person, but yeah, I've never watched them.
I only watched the first 2. I never watched anything after the first 2. But yeah, it takes a lot to keep me interested in anything. 90% of what we watch is horror movies, so it takes a lot to get me to. I watched the first one. It was lucky I watched the second one even, because it's like, yeah, it's
Right.
not, unless you count Vin Diesel's acting as horror. But
Yeah, I don't watch much around here anymore, but I did since my son. I was getting him into the Naked Gun and Police Academy and those kind of movies. But I did get 1941. It just came in the mail today. I wanted to show that to him, but that's a classic. I mean, you had Belushi and Aykroyd and John Candy and all those guys, and it was a Spielberg flop, a Spielberg comedy. It was a flop, but I mean, it's got a cult following. Great
Right.
yeah, I
movie.
got to see that movie in the movie theater. I know my mom took me to go see it, so I remember the World War II plane, right? That
Yeah.
Belushi was flying. Yeah, I
Belushi,
remember watching that. Yeah. But yeah, I got in the mail too. I got. Did you remember this film had Dan Aykroyd in it? I'm trying to think of the female's name. It was called My Stepmother is an Alien.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, Kim Basinger. Yeah, who was the
Yeah.
brother? And he's like a comedian too. He plays
Oh,
like
it
the
was,
critic.
Yeah. Jim Belushi. No. It's something. Oh my gosh, I can see his face on
Yeah.
Wedding Singer.
The way, yeah, the one singer.
I'm reaping the
Lovitz,
benefit.
something
Yeah,
Lovitz.
John Lovitz. John Lovitz.
Yep, John
Oh,
Lovitz.
John Love. Oh, he's one of my favorites. He's underrated.
Yeah, yeah, he's the brother
I
in
love
that.
that
Yeah,
guy.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
that movie
Oh,
was
he
like
was-
so cheesy, so I had to go buy it. Like, oh, I got to see
Have
this.
you ever seen the skit that they did when Roseanne hosted, and Dana Carvey's announcing that he killed off the church lady? I just watched it again recently because I love that one so much. But it becomes Misery. It's Misery the movie, but Dana Carvey and John Lovitz are in the car, and John Lovitz is like, "So you're not doing the church lady anymore, huh? Can I do it?" And then they wreck the car over the hill. And she saves Dana Carvey. His legs are all jacked up, And so then eventually, they go through the whole thing. She finds out he killed the church lady, and that was her favorite character. And then he ends up choking her, and Lovitz at the end comes in and he shoots her dead. You think he saved Dana Carvey, but then he shoots Dana Carvey too, and he puts on the church lady wig and the glasses and like, well, isn't that special? Classic
Yeah.
SNL.
Yeah.
Pac-Man
That's
was
funny. Yeah.
And I've been watching a ton of SCTV again lately because I get into those things too. And John Candy's daughter a few years back had a podcast, Couch Candy, where she would bring on the SCTV people. So those videos are on YouTube now. But she would bring back all the old actors to talk about her dad and stuff. And she looks just like John Candy with a wig on. Go check it out.
Have you compared this, Poe? Like,
A dream come true. Camp Candy.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Yeah, there's a lot of classic comedy stuff that's just, it's just hilarious. Timeless. And they don't, we say it all the time, they don't make movies the way they used to. They don't make any of it the way they used to. It's just.
Yeah, my boy's sitting there watching Police Academy for the first time. He's 20 years old, and all of a sudden a pair of tits comes on the screen. My wife's like, oh, no! It's like, he's 20. He's had the internet his whole life. He's seen far worse than a pair of 80s jugs on the screen.
but they were Police Academy jugs, dang it.
Right?
I went to my buddy's house in like 5th grade, and we watched Porky's and Revenge of the Nerds, and his parents didn't even care. They're like, here's the tapes. Okay, we'll see you later. And I'm just like, 5th grade, we've got Bush. I'm like, yeah, you do. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. With my boys growing up, I never really censored too much stuff. We weren't going to watch hardcore porn with the kids around, but if there was a booby scene,
Come on, boys, come check this one out.
if it was just a pair of boobs, I just didn't.
Come on,
make
boys,
a
we
big
got the
deal
Chad
out of it.
channel on. We got the Chad channel on.
And we were over at a friend's house, and we were having a little get together. We were drinking beers and stuff, but it wasn't a crazy party because a bunch of us had kids there. And I remember he put in a video, and they were playing the uncensored Girls video from Motley Crue.
Oh, yeah.
If you've seen that one, the whole second half of the video is in a strip club. And Travis came running in, and he's like 10, I don't know. And he wanted to know if the kids that were running around outside playing, if they could get a soda. And he comes in, and this other girl that's watching all the adults were in the room. She looks at the TV and sees these chicks in the strip club running around naked. And here comes Travis bebopping in. And he looks over at the TV and goes, cool, Motley Crue. Can we have sodas? And she's like, man, my kid would be freaking out. Oh, my God, the boobies. I'm like, well, because you keep that stuff hidden from him, so it's a big deal. My boys, I probably ruined Playboy for my boys because by the time they got their hands on them, they're like, what's the big deal?
Well, that same friend that introduced me to Porky's and Revenge of the Nerds back in 84, 85, I don't know what year it was. He also told me afterwards, he's like, yeah, my dad has, I knew his dad had a subscription to Playboy because he had the newest issue sitting right there in the bathroom. He didn't care that he had little friends over, but he said, yeah, every Saturday I'm supposed to burn the garbage, but I don't burn the Playboys. He opened his closet up and he had this big giant stack, and I'm like, this is the best sleepover ever.
Nice. Yeah. Our next door neighbor guy, he had a subscription to Playboy. And there were a few times when the mom we're playing, and all of a sudden we're too quiet. And we're in the walk-in closet with flashlights. We're just playing Fort, Mom. You get out of town. Get outside play.
My other buddy, maybe I told this story to you guys before, but my other buddy, his grandfather had some of the original old Playboys, from the first year or whatever. And he stole them from his grandpa's house. But he had them, he kept them. He was into, it was the 80s. So Michael J. Fox and Michael Jackson stuff was his thing. But his mom bought him this puzzle. It was E.T. and Michael Jackson in a picture. And it was a jigsaw puzzle. Right. Well, that's where he decided to hide these Playboys, was in this puzzle. Mom will never find them there. Mom found them. He was going straight to hell because she's real religious. Where did you get these? He didn't rat out Grandpa because Grandpa didn't know he stole them. But she burnt those Playboys. Those first, from that first year, she threw them in the fire. This is trash and blah, blah. So the next time I came over, I'm like, where's the Playboys? Well, Mom burnt them. Do you still have the National Geographics? I mean, it's better than nothing.
Right? Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, good times. Mike,
you have work early, right, Bart?
I do. I got to get up in the morning and go. And we were up at 4 this morning, so I'm kind of pooped, but I didn't want to cut out in case Mike had something to add to the Playboy story. You got any Playboy stories from when you were a kid?
I was the dealer back then.
You were the
Hugh Hefner of Hawaii.
well, originally, like I said, when my family moved from Hawaii to Washington, so my dad brought all his Playboys with him. And I remember when he had left, he went back to Hawaii. So he left them there, and I guess I inherited it because my mom forgot about it. I was like thinking to myself, like, oh, I got all these Playboys, and I know my friends keep, they tried, like they had the magazine racks, and they had like some Playboy, and they had it covered, right? And so they would try to attempt to steal this. And of course, they're not going to get away with it because it's like, you can't get that. And so I told them, like, hey, I got like a bunch of Playboys at my house. I'll sell it to you for like $5 a piece. And so I had friends buy, and then I would actually bring it to school. And then, well, I had like my backpack, and then it's like, well, what do you want? And then I'd give it to them. They have to put it in their backpacks, and I was like wheeling and dealing there at school and stuff. And then a friend of mine, actually, it's good he said something. He's like, hey, Mike, I think someone got caught. You might not want to do dealings anymore at the school. So I put a hamper on that. And what was kind of interesting is like, okay, I need to trade off hobbies, but to sell stuff. So I got into trading because I can buy back then I bought like Atari 2600 games. And so I would buy, ones that weren't really good, and I'd actually sell it to my friends at school. So I started carrying that, and it's good. It's like that day I switched, I stopped selling Playboys at school. I just sold Atari, and then, there was like a teacher. It's like, hey, we caught a student at a Playboy, and he said they got it from you. It's like, I don't sell those. I said,
my bag's empty.
She like confirmed. It's like she's like, you've been selling something. I like, well, yeah. It's like, okay, you need to open up your backpack. And all right, but if let you see it, you're gonna have to buy something from me. I told the teacher. She's like, what do you got in here? And she's like looking. She's like, what? You got Combat, Cuber. It's like, what is this? I said Atari 2600 games. It's like, where's your Playboy? I don't have Playboy here. Do you want to buy an Atari game? She's like, no. So, I got off the hook on that. It is good. I had stopped doing that because my friend kind of warned me, like, another one of the kids you sold to got caught. So it's like, I'm not selling that. I'll sell Atari games because they can't get me on that. So, that's my story. But I was kind of funny, like when I went to my high school reunion. And my friends talked to me about it. And he said, thanks to Mike, because we couldn't have access because they had strict parents. He's like, that's where I got introduced to Playboy. It's from him selling it at the school. And he's like, dude, Mike would show up with the Playboys in his backpack. And then, in the bathroom, that's where I would kind of like, hey, which one do you want? And then, they'd be giving me $5 bills and stuff.
Nice.
So, for the magazines. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, Mike was our
Bart,
dealer
this is
back
where
then.
The shades come down like on the the thug life for Mike there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that's better than selling drugs. So that was my thing. But I, looking back at like, man, I shouldn't have done that. I could have gotten so much trouble.
Right.
But my friends thanked me. Like like I said, when I met them in the reunion, it's like, yeah, thanks to you, dude. We got a Playboy. We've never seen Playboy before. So
Right.
yeah, that's
Oh,
my
you left
story.
one for your stash. Where's your stash, Poe? You left and came back with nothing.
I was trying to see in my instruction book the game modes, but this is just an old Nintendo instruction. It doesn't tell you, but yeah, if you're going to play the game, it's the very first option. Single player A game, I think is what it's called. So I was just trying to confirm it, but these instruction manuals are awesome, though. They got like cartoon pictures of all the characters.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah. All I can
Let me
think
answer. Oh, go ahead,
Yeah,
Bart.
go ahead.
Oh, I want to answer Chaos's question. No, Chaos. I did not let them do a test run on the magazines. Wanted it pristine. I didn't want sticky pages. All right. No,
Right.
that's a no-go. You don't let the people buying your stuff test it out. No.
Yeah, all I was going to add to that is, these kids today with all the internet porn and it's right in your phone. Everybody has that. They don't know the joy that we found as young men when you happen to stumble across a Penthouse or or a Hustler, and you're like, oh, wow.
Oh man.
Now
The road we lived on, we didn't live right in town, so we had a long walk from the bus stop home. And every now and then, somebody chucked the magazine out the car door, out the window. And that was just like the holy grail. I'm like, what magazine is it today? It's Time magazine. What the hell? But when you found a Penthouse or a Hustler or a Playboy, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now, one time somebody threw out a 6-pack of beer. I don't know if the cops were after them or what, but I'm staying away from that shit. I mean, this sitting there. I think there was 5 left from the 6-pack, and my buddy's like, I'm drinking it. We're elementary school, and I'm like, who knows what's going on with this? I think it was old Milwaukee, and we're just walking home, and he's cracking them open and drinking those things.
Yeah.
And then again, the porn magazines, we probably didn't want to touch those either, and we didn't think about it at that age. Who knows what was on that? It's going to turn into the Incredible Hulk from the DNA transfer that going on there.
We were just bummed. Man, these pages are stuck together. There must be something good in there.
Really good. Double stuff.
Oh, that's hilarious.
There was one that was a really good one. I think it was a Penthouse, maybe a Hustler. And it had sat there. It had rained. And my buddy, he took it home with a hairdryer, and he tried that whole thing. The pages were all fluffy and weird after that, but it worked.
Yeah. Please work. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The carpet matches the drapes.
I think my best find was, I think it was someone else's stash, because it was in just an empty lot. We lived in Phoenix back in the day when there were still empty lots in Phoenix. And we were cutting through here, and all of a sudden we saw something weird. And it's like they took a piece of plywood or something, was leaning on something, and there were like 5 or 10 magazines under there, some Penthouse, some Hustlers, and we're like, oh, we found someone's stash that they were hiding. They were stealing from their dad for months. And we took them and moved them to some other alleyway, and like a week later they were gone. We're like, mother, their stolen stash.
The traveling porn stash. That would make a good movie.
Yeah. But then I think I told before, when I got into the Navy, I would buy that Hustler humor that was just all the cartoons, because it's like, I'd seen all the naked stuff I need. Those magazines, that was hilarious. Those comics in the
You made me think. There was an episode of Laverne and Shirley and Lenny and Squiggy, and they say something about Playboy. I remember that from years ago, and usually people say I only read it for the articles, but Squiggy's like, we only read it for the pictures. This was on Laverne and Shirley.
Oh, Lenny and Squiggy. Yeah. So yeah, see, they don't even make TV shows like they used to. Even that stuff, just hilarious. Just hilarious. Yeah. But, and of course, Lenny, they're saying Spinal Tap 2 is supposed to be heading into, I don't think they started filming yet, but
well, that guy, Michael McKean, is such a talent. And, you know, he was on Better Call Saul as Saul's brother. But I mean, all the things he did through the years, Waiting for Guffman, I think he was in Best of Show, and all the improv that guy did throughout his life. The guy is hilarious. You know, well, the movie you're talking about, you know, Spinal Tap. I think they made up a lot of that stuff as they went along.
Yeah,
and he's from
almost the entire movie. They said they would hint to Rob Reiner some of the, hey, ask me about this, but they didn't know 90% of the questions they didn't know, and Rob Reiner didn't know any of the answers they were going to give. So it was kind of all improv, and the band members would talk amongst themselves for the backstory stuff, like, you know, Nigel, and then they'd say, okay, we played in this other band, so we're going to, but other than that, Chaos says, how come at the end of every stream we're talking about porn lately? Yeah, we're trying to work it into earlier in the show, but it's tough. So it won't be at the end.
I brought up during Bliss's live stream on Tuesday night, and I kept bringing up the video game Beat 'em and Eat 'em for Atari 2600, which is a porn game, and Bliss kept looking at it, and I know what you got to check out the replay of his live stream, because every time I wrote something, you'll see Mike's gaming gala starts cracking up. Ballistic Coffee Boy was on. BD Retro Mods, they start laughing, and you see Bliss shaking his head, and then finally Bliss is like, I am not putting that chat up there for people to see it. I'm like, am I kicked out yet? I'm sorry, Bliss, I just couldn't help myself. You know? If I put something up there and I see Mike's Gaming Gala laugh, then it's just like the class clown comes out again. I got to keep rolling with this, you know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, somewhere
that's a game challenge, right?
Yeah. There you go.
The Atari challenge.
Oh my gosh, Airheads. I remember Airheads.
Yeah. Poe's favorite Atari game. Hey, speaking of which.
Hey, Bliss, is he here now?
Yeah.
Bliss, you come in just in time.
Just in time.
We gotta have you on as a guest too, Bliss. But sometimes we don't keep it PG or G here, so tell your family not to watch. Just sometimes.
Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we accidentally keep it PG. Yeah.
But Derek, you also helped them with their Discord over there, right? Retro Bliss Gaming.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's still running, and it doesn't get shut down because he doesn't make jokes on his stream about me or anything like some people.
He doesn't know you yet. But we've known Bliss for, what have we known him for? 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been friends with him for a long time, so love watching his stuff.
Yeah, great guy. We're not just saying that because you popped in, but yeah,
nice.
At the end of the month, he's going to have MC Murr on this Tuesday. So if you know MC Murr, I know MC Murr. I didn't know Bliss knew him, but of course Bliss does know him. He's the reason Bliss started a channel. He'll be on this Tuesday night. And at the end of the month, hopefully, we're going to do a reunion show of everybody Bliss nominated for YouTuber of the Year. A spoiler, I didn't win, and I haven't gained any subs since. So everybody else that was on that month is over 1,000, 2,000. So
Wow. Yeah. Well, I keep sending out those mailers that Mike gave me to encourage people to unsub you.
That works. I
Yeah.
gained 2 subs. I don't know why. After we did the show last week, I gained 2 subs Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, I go on and I'm back down. 2 are gone. So didn't hold their attention long. They actually checked out my videos.
You picked up the 2 subs because they heard we were going to have a special guest, and then you lost them because they found out it was Derek.
Oh, we're going to put it on there. See, Derek, I wasn't even bringing you into this time. It's not just me.
I saw you on your phone, Poe. You were texting Bart behind the scenes saying, "Hey."
And I haven't done Old Poe for a while because I think Old Poe got every one of us in trouble. Well, except for Mike. Mike keeps gaining subs, but I think when I did Old Poe on here, me and Bart both lost subs because of him. So Old Poe hasn't been on for a while.
That was because of the color, Poe, for your Truxton music video.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, that was a...
The difference is, Poe, Mike keeps gaining subs because he puts out good videos instead of the crap that we do. But
Have those things called like rips or something?
Let's lose a few more. Let's lose.
Yeah.
On your fart light. That was a classic. That was a classic song.
That was a classic. I can't believe you didn't get any calls from the record industry.
At the very beginning of that video, though, I made sure it wasn't. At first, I had Neil Diamond singing that song, but it's me singing the song. You probably couldn't tell because I sound so great. But at the intro of that video, it's me singing. You couldn't tell, could you? Acting.
Yeah. Let's see. What's he got? Tutankhamun is out. ASAP demo ROM at Champ Games. Touring comp. Well, I can't even read.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's cool. Now, Bliss, what was your ninja challenge that ends? It ends tomorrow, right? Was it Mondays? Can't remember what you put up this week.
Yeah. I don't remember. Oh, I'm getting sleepy, guys. I'm getting sleepy.
Who needs sleep?
Yeah.
You're only 55.
Yeah. 55. Yeah. We're getting a new manager at the hotel. And I don't know why I said hotel instead of at the hotel. But at the hotel, we're getting us a new manager. He's a very interesting guy. I like what he's saying. Some of the stuff he's saying. A lot of the things that those of us that work at the hotel have noticed for a long time, he's noticed already, and he's making some changes.
Oh, nice.
Some of us are glad with the changes he's going to be making, and some of the workers are a little nervous.
Well, yeah.
Can't imagine.
Yeah.
If you don't got a union, you're not covered, boys and girls.
Yeah.
If you got a union, you can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
They fight for the biggest fuck ups. Well, can I say that? Sorry, Bliss. Sorry, Bliss. A food fight. Yeah, and Space Rocks, the homebrew, right?
All right.
Now, yeah. Bart, I think what you should do right around Halloween time, running the front desk, is, and Derek said something about Psycho or Norman Bates, you need to pull that. When you start talking to somebody, if you're working on Halloween Day, all of a sudden start talking to Mother right in the middle of talking to these people at the front desk.
Oh, that would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. Yeah. Yeah, that would be funny. That would be funny. All right. I think I'm going to call it, guys. And since Greg's not here and I run the controls, that means you guys are calling it too.
Well, thank you, Derek, for joining us. We like to have a lot of fun with you, but of course that's all because it's a brotherhood. So, and you do great work on the Discord, and try to keep chaos on the general channel someplace over there. One little spot. Give them a couple demerits. feed goes in someplace else.
Nice.
Well, also, I'm glad the light still works there, Poe.
Oh yes, I love this thing. Until Atari dings me, and trust me, I'm not on their radar whatsoever. That's why I stay small for the people.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good thinking.
On purpose,
That's good thinking. Yeah.
But yeah, I love this light. It's awesome. So I put it. The only time I take it down is if I'm going to have something playing on the green screen behind me, because I figure at least if I have a video going on this green screen behind me, that might entertain somebody, like a cat with a ball while I'm talking.
When are you going to do your mini, Poe?
I have most of it done finally. It's not what I wanted it to be, but it's not going. Like I told you guys, and I told Bliss and them, slowing the channel down a little bit. It's just not really. Right now, I got stuff. My son left and everything. We got stuff to do around here, and the health issues are still here. And I always said if it became work, then I would step away from it. And a lot of times I keep having this nagging feeling, I need to go make this video, but I have other things that I need to do and take care of in real life. So as soon as I can, I'll put it all together. And it's not something you haven't seen because this thing's been out. It took me too long to get it out. There's a billion other videos unboxing the thing, but like I always say, this will be mine. So if you want to check it out, check it out.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. I didn't watch anybody else's video, so yours is going to be the first one I watch.
Me too.
Yep.
Just in time for Christmas, Mike. That's when I'll put
Just in time. And I would love to get to the original Mario Brothers videos. I might start doing that. We'll start out with probably the 2600 version of it. We always go from the lower end up, and I love that game almost as much as I love Popeye. But the only problem with that is my brother and I played the hell out of that game together. We knew that game on the Nintendo back in the day where we had everything timed. He would be Luigi and I'm Mario because it was my damn Nintendo. I don't care if you're older than me or not. You're friggin' Luigi. So, but we could jump and bounce off of each other and get to the next platform. We had everything timed down without saying a word with that game back in the day, So it just brings back great memories. So I think that's got to be the next series for me. So yeah, you'll see that, Derek. In about 15 years, I'll be done with the final video, and I'll probably do it on New Year's Day for you. That's if we don't hit World War III here. We don't get political, but things are pretty shitty out there, fellas.
Right.
They might even call the three of us back. They might call Derek in for the Salvation Army or something.
You're right.
And ring the bell. Get the kettle.
Yeah. Well, if they're recalling us, they're in bad shape.
Oh, definitely. There's been movies about that, and those guys are in better shape than me. Like old geezers like Clint Eastwood or somebody. What, Expendables too? Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah. We'd be the Dependables because we're wearing our Depends.
Only if I eat too many spicy foods. Nobody knows but me and the wife on laundry day, but going too far.
All right, and that's what we're going to end the show on.
We're going to end it on that and play Double Dragon. Play it. Put your scores up on the Discord. It's just for fun. Put it on the right spot in the Discord, or Derek will shame you. He'll shame you to hell.
Yeah. Yeah, and
he shames me to hell. It's like, guys, you're putting it in the wrong spot.
And
anyone that's left yet, though.
He's like the ball pricker of Discord. But he won't grab your tallywhacker unless you throw him a fiver.
Tallywhacker, man.
Don't forget, Craig. G.Parkers got his Indiana Jones Pinball FX3. Password is G.Parker. Look for that one. Get into that one. Get into that Double Dragon NES. And yeah, I'll second what Craig said.
Did he pronounce Indiana Jones right this week? I wasn't paying attention. There's usually We're
Yeah.
playing Indian bones this week.
Indian bones, I think is what he called it. Yeah. I don't know.
Wasn't that what Poltergeist was based on? They just moved the stones, but they didn't. You moved the stones, but you didn't move it.
Mike's Gaming Gallet. You known us long enough to know we've only said that we're ending the show 4 times now. So
Mike, you got to get used to this because maybe one day, maybe you could be a guest here too, and we could just shoot the breeze with you about all these homebrews. That would be fun.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
We go until we're done, and then a little longer. And then we figure out maybe we really are done. And then eventually I find the outro video and then I play the Elvira intro video instead of an outro. And then we get banned in several countries.
Yeah, certain countries, right? The Ghostbusters movies can, oh, do you hear that thunder? Holy crap. We're getting hit now, boys. We're getting hit now, batten down the hatches.
Oh, I thought you were doing euphemism and you had the spicy food. And have an interesting laundry day. Yeah.
I mean, do I actually know that he's not actually sitting on the toilet in his basement right now? Has that been
The throne room.
It's a coffee can. A coffee can on my camping chair.
That's right. All right, I'm gonna start searching for that outro. Derek, again, like Poe said, I just want to say it as well. Thanks for coming. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. We'll have to do some convoy. Have to play some Zaccaria pinball. That's always fun.
Yeah.
So thanks for all the hard work you do with the Discord, keep stuff in line. And I'm going to keep rambling and not being mean to you because I still can't find the outro. But I found it. So. Yeah, we're out. Thanks everyone for watching, and next week, that's the big episode.
Oh crap! 52. Do we have homework for this?
Yes,
I think so.
Yep.
Big 52, 1 year, 1 year of shows. So tune in next Sunday night for big excitement. Back
it's going to be huge. There'll be videos from all of us, except for me.
Yeah. Well, you can't say it'll be huge right when I said the backwards thong because ain't nothing going to be huge. All right. I'm starting.
Yeah. You're teeing that up for next week.
There you go. All right, guys. We're out. Thanks, Derek. Thanks to all the viewers.
Good night.